Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Just throw the timer up. We'll get started here probably before the timer's done. Go grab yourself something to drink, get yourself in seats, get your Streamloot cards ready because last week our party just about died. Well, at least two of them. Right now we have passed one season in game. And Adam's character is getting stitched up with silkworms like some weird version of a wooden boy's leech blood drawing. And then the other one lost their eye or scarred. We're not quite sure yet. We're going to be all on the first episode, as Diana just said. We are going to be going over what happens during downtime, but we're going to start strong with the Meteor Knight asking, after, as the vassal of Darkfall, protecting the knights, what in the actual fuck happened? What did you bring to my holding? What did you bring? As he sets down a snake skin head of the woman he exploded at the top of his home. So, it's going to be a strong episode. I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of questions to answer today, and they're going to need all the help they can get. We'll see you guys here in about 4 to 5 minutes as I go get myself a beer, obviously, because I'm going to need it tonight. Oh yes, we can see that you got a legendary. We just don't know what it is.
The flesh wound.
I'm in danger!
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Mythic Bastionlands has turned into being a bloodfest, which I'm gonna be honest, I didn't expect it. A lot of people in the audience tonight. I see some Lemmy, I see Stardrew. There's a whole bunch of them. I saw a legendary card go up in there. I see you trying to hide that shit. But welcome to episode 2, Scales. I gotta be honest with you, I worry for the cast. I really do. We almost had 2 deaths last week. The woman that they were fighting at the top of the temple pulled her punches and did not kill our new barbed knight. Just took her eye, normal stuff. And then Thomas down trying to go in through this maelstrom of black dust that you shouldn't breathe, survived that part. But also got trounced by that woman in one punch, I believe. Put a hole straight through him. So both of those knights of the company have been on bed rest. And we'll get into that a little bit, but we cut last episode with the Meteor Knight coming out and setting the snakeskin head of that woman on the table with like tendrils of snakeskin floating in the air, whispering hisses. He said he did his job to protect the Knights of the Realm, to give them succor, comfort, and to make sure that they were healed. And now he wants answers. But before I can do that, I have to do a little bit of, well, something important that happened while those two were, getting fixed up. Diana, you thought you were going to get picked on this week, and I'm not going to say that's true, but I have to do some downtime with you in the side before these two are up and running. While this has been going on, you have been happy, healthy, helping the city, and we do have that extra action we get to decide we want to do. I know the cast has been talking about that in the background, but before we even decide that, there is something important that has been brought to your attention probably a month into these two healing up. While the two other knights aren't moving around quite yet, I guess maybe the one who lost her eye is. They are asking some questions. The hounds of the city, the dogs that would go out and, roam and protect and fend off, foxes and wolves and things like that. They have been around. And they have been seen countless times roaming around the stable that Baxter is kept in. They don't go in because they would be food, but they are there quite frequently. So much so that one of the guards has made his way back to you. His name is Oslin. He's one of the main guards of the city. And he says, ma'am, Key Knight, I hate to bother you while your two other companions in the company are healing up, but over the last week or so, there has been a absorbent amount of flies and a putrid smell coming from that large lizard stable, and we have not been able to send a boy in to clean. The last one was snapped at. We lost a shovel and a pitchfork to that thing. Is there any way you are able to give us a hand with that stable before we have the plague running amongst us, as well as undead? The apothecary said that we are not to bother the Barb Knight, that we are to leave her be and let her rest so that the wound heals properly without infection. How are we going to bring her out to do manual labor and tend to her steed? Do you have a squire that could tend to the steed? So that then brings me to the one standing knight of your company, ma'am. And how would you attend to me moving that mount from one stable to another? He's already in his own. Oh, they can't hear you. You motherfucker. Not you, OBS. I will redo that simple. You said that you think he should be left there.
I said Baxter should be left in the stable for now. Until,
but why? But why? And how are we going to do that? The flies are abundant. It is a swarm. Come look. I will show you.
All right. I mean, it could be the diet Baxter's eating, but I'll follow.
The diet Baxter's eating. It's not coming from. Yes, please just follow me. It'll make more sense shortly. So I'm going to pull the map back on.
Okay.
This was our old battle scene where they burned everything. You have two standing groups left out of the three. And then across, like if this is the citadel, in the yard that's here, they have stables for your knights back on this side. And they would walk you over to it and at the Citadel and say, look. And when you round the corner out of the Citadel, if you're mounted or not is up to you. They're walking. And there's 2 guards and 2 dogs outside of it looking into the place. And there's just, a swarm of flies. Like, you know how gnat swarms look? It's flies, though. Like horse flies.
Oh.
He seems fine. He's like licking and hitting them out of the air and eating some of them when they bother him.
Uh-huh.
But it is everywhere and is not coming from the droppings of this creature. We've been able to get those out safely. We move him from one side of the... We're losing 2 stables to this creature. We move him from one to the other using food, and we clean it. But whatever stables he's in, the flies come from it. I don't know if he's wounded. If so, he needs to be tended to.
Well, yes, of course, but I mean, he's very particular in who touches him and who goes near him. I would... So what I would do is to prove a point, I'd probably just approach really slowly to see what Baxter would do.
It turns when you start approaching. It looks at you. It has its tongue licking the air. It doesn't come out, so you only see like the head of the Komodo dragon in the darkness. Like, he doesn't come out even with food, and he doesn't let any of the guards near. The only thing we can do is throw food to the other side of the stall, close the door, clean this one as quick as possible. But the flies are with him. Right. We haven't even been able to take its saddle off. It's been wearing it for the last 4 weeks.
I mean, he's quite used to it.
You don't leave a saddle and a mount. It causes wounds and rubs. The scales may stop it, but...
Yes, but this particular mount doesn't mind it. I'm sorry, but we must wait for the bottom knight to come out to attend to her mount.
We can't... if these flies spread to other things, we're going to have problems in the other stables. No, please, can you just, as a knight, go in and deal with this steed of your company? Please. That's what they ask you.
I'd move another step closer just to see what Baxter does.
Another step closer. Well, let me pull up our rules and stats for this game here, because I feel like you're not its friend. You're friendly, but not its friend. So we're gonna go with a roll for this.
End up with us.
Yeah, she might end up wounded.
Trying to prove a point.
Are you talking your way through it, being charming using spirit?
Yes.
Are you using your instinct? Are you being intimidating? How are you going about walking into here?
I'm not intimidating. I would be kind of like a puppy, like, hi Baxter, it's all right. It's me, as me, like everything is okay. And I kind of like bow my head and like put myself low so it knows that I'm not a threat. Kind of put my hand out so it can sniff it if it wants to.
Okay. Well, I can give you, if you'd like to use a supplies card, I can say you have some good food for it if you would like an advantage on your roll, which would give you a D8.
Okay.
All right. And then this is going to be a spirit roll. So roll a D20. You need to roll under your spirit, and you can use that D8 to modify that. Basically, either subtract it or see where you get with your D20 roll. D20 and a D8.
All right. Well, the 20 was a 16, and my spirit is a 10.
So now you need a 6 or higher.
Okay. I got a 1.
It lurches forward out of the stable, snatching the supplies from you quickly. It does not intend to hurt you, but unfortunately, I do have to roll to see if he accidentally bites you.
That's fine.
You said fine, but I don't think that's what you actually mean.
I know.
I rolled an 8 and a 3. You are welcome to try to do a deny to not get harmed, which is a feat.
I don't think I have that.
Everybody has them. They're on the bottom of your character sheet in the lower left-hand side.
Yes.
So you can deny an attack. I would recommend denying that 8 if you can.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're going to be taking 8 points of damage minus your armor.
Okay. So, spirit roll, yeah?
Yep.
Nope, that's a 17.
A 17. Well, I would love to say we had like a deny card for free or something like that. We do not. So if you read how deny works, if you go to that section, if you want to deny, you roll, and on failure, you are considered fatigued, which won't matter because we're going to jump forward. That's not the bad part. After using an attack roll, you discard 1 attack die from the roll, pass a spirit save, or become fatigued. So it bites, and it gets a hold of your hand. You take 8 points of damage, which goes to your guard first. So what's your guard?
6.
All right, so you have 2 points left. What's your armor?
1.
So actually, you would have taken 1 off. It would have been 7 points of damage, and then you would take it from your guard. So you'd have 1 point left over, 7 minus your 6, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you take 1 point of vigor, which you'll heal up during the time that you're there. Oh, Nessie's trying to save you with a free deny. Sorry, that's late. I know there's a delay. So you take 1 point, it snaps, and it coils back, and you can tell it didn't mean to bite you. Like, it just went for the food quickly. It's not a mount that has been trained to do this lightly, but it is complacent in eating what you gave it. Would you like to try to move into the room? Or into the stable? What's wrong, Diana? You seem so leery of this creature.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna turn around and say, look,
They're like,
my safety.
Go ahead. And they have like more food in their hands to give you?
No. I'm not moving forward. This is not my doing.
You've gotten closer than anybody else has. You have made it further into this room than any of us have. This stable has been unattended to, really. And they have like meat scraps, and you can see it looking up while it's eating whatever you gave it. Please.
All right, well, I grab another piece.
Okay, it looks up, it swallows bone and everything whole what you gave it.
And I look at it again, and I move a step and then toss the food.
Okay, we'll give you another one of the supplies. It's a spirit, and you get advantage on it again. You are, unfortunately, fatigued, though. So if combat does break out, fatigue makes your dice a D4, which means that this advantage is unaffected, but if you have to roll any combat dice, all your shit's at a D4 because you are now fatigued for failing that deny. Now, you could take a breather and try again later, but you're already, like, through the threshold. Meanwhile, silkworm stitched somebody up and an eye is being sewn shut somewhere. Give me your roll.
Okay.
D20 plus a D8. Under your spirit.
And then the D8 as well?
Yep. Under your spirit.
So that was a 9 under my spirit.
Oh, yeah, perfect. When you throw the next piece, it seems satiated. The flies are coming from the saddlebag on the left-hand side. There's a fucking cloud around it.
How close am I to the saddlebag now?
I would say you're within reach, if you want to be.
I'm gonna try and see if I can slowly.
Okay, so you unwrap it, you open it up, and look inside. Diana, I'm going to privately send you a message for what is in there. Do you want it in Discord, or do you want it on your phone? Where would you like it today? I don't know what you guys have open.
You can do it on Discord.
Okay, perfect. All right, perfect. Yeah, no, that's great. All right. I will give it to you in your private message. You're going to be... the audience would see the same thing that we described before, but it has been 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 weeks since last we saw what was in there.
Oh, God. Someone's body.
Here's something. I'm gonna try.
What have you been hiding?
Let's see here. And I think that's a good description. Going this
mischievous hands right now, Brianna. I don't like this.
There you go. A group of the flies swarm out around you.
Ew, no. No.
Here,
Whoa. Okay.
How would I do this? There you go. You can do with that as you will. As it happens, it fades to black as this swarm of flies comes out. Maggots and fly eggs fill the inside of the saddlebag, along with the description of what I gave you. And then we're going to fast forward the one season. It's up to you if you want to flashback at all to talk to them about what you found here. But we're going to go to the meteor night at the table with the entire group. Hey, everybody! We got an eye patch. Your armor's covering up your wound.
So they redid my armor, so there's no cut inside of it.
Udahime's like this, trying to look everywhere right now. it's fucking dedication, pulling your own eye out. I hope you put it and kept it somewhere. So we will go to where we cut off last time, which is the fact that there is a head on the table made of snake skin with like how a snake crawls out of its own skin. There's like floating scales around it, kind of attached to the skin on the head, like it didn't get finished. There is a hole in the top of the head of this snakeskin head. You guys are in the Citadel with the Meteor Knight, and he says, "I made sure you were all taken care of, bandaged, healed for the day. But I need to know what in the hell you have brought to my holding. Darkfall doesn't need more problems than it already has. And as a company of knights here to protect the realm, I need answers or solutions."
Well, I guess the one answer I could give to you is I don't know. There was back at the Citadel when all this happened. There was a horn blowing, and then there was
some yelling.
Some yelling. We went up to find out what was happening, and there were guards stationed. And when we touched them, they fell into this black dust. There was lots of coughing. Thankfully for me, I don't have to breathe that much, so I was able to at least go up and try to figure out what's happening. I saw a young girl, and then I got stabbed by something, and that's all I remember.
Would you say that is the same story that the Key Knight would have told him while they were laid up?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. He would look to his advisor, which is one of the apothecaries that has been treating the Barbed Knight. And he says, while that is the story that we have heard for the last season while you were being patched up, and he looks to the new Barbed Knight and says, we also know that this is usually a sign of your seer. So, now that you are able to work, I do need to know what is going on. Can you speak to this thing? It wants to talk, but none of us understand this hissed tone that it is speaking in.
I would be more than happy to oblige.
Well then, and it's like on a silvered platter, and he slides it across the table to you.
As it slides, she's going to extend her hand out to the snakes that are writhing around. You said are inside. She's going to reach out.
Okay.
As if it's just...
Are you just going to take the one bite? To have communication. It's one guard. Yes. You'll get it back after the conversation. So
no, which I don't know how many times I'll get.
No,
bitten,
but just
she just reaches out.
It's a really good question. So you put your hand in the top of the head. It looks like if a bread bowl was made of scales. Like it's just a face of bread, and the top is open. So you stick your head in it and hand in it, and a snake bites onto your finger, and you can hear the language. And you get the visions again. Underneath your eye patch, there is like a faint red light that is glowing from underneath. And you hear the seer. And it says your time is running short.
What does that mean?
You ask it again. So you're asking a question. That means you take another
Yes.
guard. All right, you take one more guard, so that's 2. You have 8 now, thankfully, because your Scar, you're toughened up. You know how to take a hit now. You know, you've been through it. It says, the myth in the area, the omens are growing stronger. Your time laid up has given them time to bolster. Do you have more questions? I think you see how this game goes now.
One more time.
Okay, what are you asking?
Which is the greatest threat? Where should I go?
You take a bite again. This is the threat is the myth. It is the creatures, the undead that are born in the swamp. Somewhere there is a source. You must seek it out. Now,
It is spoken.
everyone else just hears hisses. You can understand what it's saying. It is in the tone of the original Barbed Knight. You can do with that as you will. And I would also ask the Key Knight, did you talk to the Barbed Knight
Absolutely.
at all? Okay. Then that means, do you also talk to the Mock Knight as well, or is this a private conversation?
I would approach her first privately.
Okay. You are welcome to message each other or do whatever you want for that part and how much. I just need to know if the Barbed Knight says she tells the story or she hides the truth. That's all I need to know. If she comes to you and asks you about that fucking saddlebag, are you honest or are you not? Because it matters. It matters for this scene that's about to happen.
Reluctantly.
Okay. Perfect. It says that the Meteor Knight leans into like you're kind of in an oracle state listening to this thing, and he leans in and kind of breaks the silence, and he says, "It's been 30 minutes. What is going on?"
While we were being tended to, the forces have gotten stronger. Unfortunately, the threat is greater than it has been before.
We've been
It's
dealing
up
with this
to
threat
us.
for 3 years. Every
And
single
time is
season.
coming to a close for all of us if we don't find the source of the myth.
While I don't mean to tell you how to be a knight, I can tell you that I have decades on you in it. Ask the forsaken fucking seer where the myth is. Where is it located? Find a source. Stop dilly-dallying.
I shall ask it again.
Great, and we will give you another 30 minutes. And he kind of pulls himself back out of it. He looks to the other two. When he leans in and comes out, he would say, "Do you know her well?" And she cannot hear it because she's like locked into talking to the seer. "Do you know her well? Actually know your knight. I know how this. Leave." And he points to the apothecary, and he's like, "But sir, you're gonna need me here to answer." He's like, "I don't need you at all. Your job's done. They are moving. Leave." And he sends him out of like the council chamber that you were all in. "Do you know her well?"
We've trained with her for
6 years?
Yes, for years. And
That's
that's as long as we've known her.
Just because you train well doesn't mean you know a person. Do you know her? Not the knight. Do you know her?
Well, what specifically do you want us to know about?
No, that is not my story to tell. I'm asking if you know her story.
That is up to if Brianna had told me the whole thing or not.
Said reluctantly is what she said, but I don't know how much. Do you give her the full story or only what the thing is in the bag?
Only what it is. As
Oh.
far as, yes.
Okay. Well, let me back this up then.
Yeah, because then I wouldn't know.
No, you do. I'm telling you right now.
Oh.
You can do with this as you want. Both parts of it? Brianna? Both parts? Here, I'm messaging. I'm messaging you. I'm messaging you. Both parts. Are you going to tell her? Secrets, baby. Both of them. This and this? Are you telling her both of these things?
Hold on.
I can text it either way, whatever one you want. To the audience, they all know, so they're in on the secret. There's no secret. They're in on it.
See, I don't know.
They have been very good people in not ruining it in chat.
Good job, chat.
Good job, chat.
Only the second part.
Oh, okay. Then I will say that. Just that. Okay. That's what you would know. Just that one part.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the same thing.
Yep,
Okay.
same thing. Yep. Oh man, that makes it so much worse. So he would lean in and ask that if you actually know her, who she is, not as the knight, but as the person herself. Do you know the woman under the armor?
No, I do not. I mean, no. Just like I said, just on my travels.
Yeah, okay, I understand. Your company's new. We're your first holding for all the realm. So what are you gonna ask the seer on the table, the snake head sneer, the woman snakeskin head seer? What are you gonna ask her on the table?
The exact question that he asked me to ask.
You take another
Where?
point. It would tell you, if we're looking at the map, I will take us back out of the holding to the realm map. They would say north of the holding, only a few days' ride into the swamp. Be warned, the omens of this myth are strong. It raises the dead of the swamp. Do you ask
Understood.
anything else before we go to the collection of the company and the vassal of the holding? Do you want to take another point and get more information? I mean, you might as well blow through your guard, right?
Yeah, sure.
You get it right. You get it back as long as you're out of combat and you take a quick breather. It's not like you take an hour or something like that. It's just like combat's over, moment's over. Basically, when you leave this room, you would get your guard back.
How can we defeat it? Does it have a weakness?
You take another point and says, I do not know the myth itself. I know it is the myth of rot and the dead. I know nothing else of it. I came here to find it, hoping to bring all of you with me. And you can tell this is coming from the barbed knight as the seer. Anything else?
Nope.
All right, so you just have that guard missing for now. I'll leave the map up for everybody right now. We are currently in this holding, and it's on the map. We are here. The vision marked this. The swamp are all of these dark green watery hexes. This swamp, by the way, for those who are wondering what movie it's from Lord of the Rings. That's what this green swampy area is originally from. It's from Lord of the Rings, because technically there are knights in Lord of the Rings, so I use that for art. With that said, when you pull out of it, there's like an audible pop for you. Not only can you hear it in your ears, you can feel it in your like stitched or hollowed eye socket. There's like a resonance that hits. I do, because you spoke directly with a seer, need you to give me a save. Looking at the table here, you've got 3 stats. Unfortunately, this one is of clarity. It's keeping a lucid mind after speaking to a seer of the realm. You need to roll under your clarity, equal to or under.
Yes. It is actually the same as my clarity.
All right. You do
I
not.
thought that was a 1 at first. I was
you do
like,
not-
what?
One is great. One is great. One is great.
No,
you want
no, it's
under.
11. It's 11. It's 11.
So as this is being talked about, you pull yourself away. You gather yourself. There's no remnant problems. You're not seeing like images of other people in the room, which is known to happen after speaking to a seer, or hearing other random facts that can cause problems. You just hear yourself in the room. The Meteor Knight looks back at the group, waiting as she pulls back. He gives her a minute. He knows what this is like. Perrin says, I apologize for my sharpness, but we have lost 2 of our companies of guard for the city, our actual militia, over the last season. We are down to just 2 of the 5 that we usually have active. We have 1 out scouting, and they have not returned back in over 6 weeks. And they were only supposed to be doing a patrol a few days out. I need answers, and I honestly, as a former knight, I hate saying it, I need assistance. They went north. They're to search the swamp and the perimeter of the swamp.
That is where I was told we need to head. North of the hold.
You all came from the other realm, the desert, right? The Silt Sea. You've never actually been through a swamp before, have you? Let me give you a little help. There's only a few passages through the swamp. There are roads that have been built up out of the swamp for people to travel through. To go to the few fruit-bearing trees that are out there, to cross over into the tree line of the hanging forest. But the sodden swamp keeps its secrets, and it keeps its dead. If this thing, points seer, this new seer, wants you to go into the swamp, I warned, if you take your mounts and you fall off that trail, you best dismount and leave it behind. You can go by foot, but if time is of the essence, it could be difficult. Now, mechanically, traveling through the swamp, each hex by foot is 3 days.
Wow.
Normally, if you have a path, actual man-made road, you can do it in 1. If you're on a horse, you can do it as well. You can do 2 hexes in a day on a horse if you have roads. On a mount, you could probably go through a hex in 2 days, unless you find these trails they have. Once you're on one, you can go, but they wind and twist through the highest part of the swamplands. He says you can get in from the northwest corner of our realm. You can get in, or of our area. You can get into the swamp safely. We can also lower you down from our docks in boats, if you prefer to take boats. We can even give you a ferryman to take you through, if you prefer that over bringing the mounts with you. We'll take care of your mounts, but as the Key Knight has already dealt with, we need Baxter's place cleaned, and we need whatever the hell is inside that saddlebag taken care of. The flies have ruined the stable. We haven't been close enough, and I'm assuming, as the GM, that when the Key Knight came out, did not say what was in it. And I'm assuming you weren't brave enough to take the saddle off of him. Oh, you did try? Oh, we can do a flashback for that, Diana. That sounds great. Let's see if you have any permanent scars.
No!
So, if you want to try... If you want to try to take it off... Now, I agree.
No. What I'm trying to say is my vision is once I got the bag and once she was better, I'd sit down and just plop it in front
Right?
of her.
Oh, no, I see.
Be like,
I just want to know...
an explanation.
I just want to know if you're doing it with a false hand. So... Let's flash back to you being in the stable, looking inside. You now know what's in it.
Yeah.
The saddlebags are wrapped over the back end of it in front of the hindquarters. They attach to the saddle. They're kind of linked so that they don't slide up on the scales and push them. Getting them off is not difficult, but this creature is also not friendly. It's not hostile, but sure as shit doesn't like being messed with. And on top of not wanting to be messed with, you've never done this before for this thing. So, can I ask you how you're going about this?
Like, literally, I have all this food, and then talking to it sweetly, and, like, throwing it and shimmying over, and then throwing it to, like, get closer and closer to the bag.
How many pieces of food do you want to throw?
How many can I carry?
I mean, you could just have people toss it into you and throw it down. There's not people out there to assist you.
So I would do it as much as I can to get the saddle off.
Well, I will tell you this. In the cards for supplies right now, we have one supply left, and you can use that for free. If you want more from the guards, you're going to have to roll to convince them to give you more. One will give you an aid to this roll. If you're successful, maybe you get it off in one roll.
Okay.
Are you willing to do one, or are you going to ask them for more?
I will ask them for more.
Okay, so the one will give you a d8 towards your roll. We're actually going to do a combat roll for this, not a save. And it's not actual combat, it's just to see how quickly you can get this off of what's going on.
Sure.
You are fatigued in this scene, if you remember correctly.
Oh, so it's D4.
So that's a d4. They gave you a bonus with them food, that's a d8.
Okay.
You can either convince them to put more food in, and I will take a die away from my pool, or you can convince them to come in and help, which I will give you another d8 to your roll.
Convince them to put more food in.
All right.
I feel terrible if something happens to them.
If you're talking to them, that would be your spirit to talk to them, being good of tongue and speaking to them. So I need you to roll below your spirit, no bonus dice or anything. But I want to remind you of something. Nessie, seeing that the Key Knight has been picked on for this episode, has decided that you need another blessed stat card.
I forgot that means. Remind me.
Oh, the blessed stat card. You roll a d12 and a d6 for one of your stats of choice, and you either take this one if it's higher, or you keep your original stat.
Oh, thank you.
That's two in a roll. You got two legendary cards in a roll. They don't care about the eyeless wonder or the one who got stabbed through.
No.
But they're technically getting healed.
Yeah, sure, right. Yeah, right.
Well, maybe getting healed, we felt better, even better than before.
So what stat would you like to use this blessed stat on as you're getting ready to pull this off?
The spirit, to try and talk to them to give me more food.
So what's your spirit? What's your lowest stat right now?
My lowest stat is vigor, which is 8.
Do you want to use the card for vigor in case you get bit right now?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that first. Let's see how good your new stat is. I need you to roll me a d12 and a d6. And let's hope you add them together. I hope it's higher.
Okay, add them together, so that's 11.
Is that higher than your current stat?
Nice.
What did I say?
Maybe around
Yes.
an 8.
Yes.
Then that's your new stat. Replace it.
So 11 right now? Okay.
Now we're going to do your roll to convince them. Give me a clarity roll. You have a d8 bonus from the audience. So you get your d20 and a d8, and you need to roll lower than your spirit right now.
Lower than my spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And that is exactly a 10, and my spirit's a 10.
That's equal or lower. That's all you need.
Yep.
So we're going to give you... We're also going to play a call on council card. I'm going to give you... You get a d4 for being fatigued, a d8 for the food,
Okay.
and then I will give you an extra d8 for them assisting you. They'll actually come in and, like, try to draw its attention. I'm rolling the d8 and the d6 for the mount.
Okay. And we're
So,
taking the highest stat.
You want your highest one. You just want to beat me in combat.
Okay.
It's like opposed rolls. What's your highest roll?
8.
Oh, you already beat me. I got a 6 and 1 gambit. Did you get any gambits? Did you get any 4?
I did. I got one at a 6.
All right, what would you like to do with your gambit? You have a ton of options. Are you trying to make sure it can't move? Are you stopping it from like lurching in any of the people? Are you keeping it in check? Are you impairing it from biting by like maybe wrapping its mouth shut like an alligator? What are you doing to make sure you don't get hurt during this scene?
I want to make sure that everyone else is protected. I'd rather get hurt than them.
How many gambits did you get?
So just one.
Okay, but you also got an 8. If you want, you're welcome to use that 8 as well if you want to try to...
Yes, please.
All right, we'll keep it in check. So you successfully get this thing off without losing any body parts. So you have the saddlebag.
Okay.
I'm going to take us back to the group. I saw what the audience said that they couldn't hear you two in here for some reason. I don't know why. You should be able to now. Would you like to put that on the table with the Meteor Knight here, or are you going to do that privately? With just your company, not the head of the holding here. You're going to do it privately with the group. Okay, so you know more than, so you have it. So we'll be able to have a good conversation about that. He says, if you're going to go in, I can give you the boat to recap what we come out of that flashback. I can give you a boat and lower you down, or you can take your mounts and risk losing. I'm happy to stable your mounts, but you have to take that goddamn dragon with you. You are a horrible liar. Thank you for... He does say, thank you for taking care of the flies that were in there. You can't hear her right now? There is a thing on. Who can't you hear, Nessie? Don't turn it up. I know you're live. Can you not hear Diana? Because I see her mic moving on my screen. Where? Here or here? You couldn't hear her here?
Hi. Hear me? Can you hear me?
Because
now?
the other source is moving for her in here.
Anything?
Okay.
No.
What about now?
Talking? Hello, hello. Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming for some reason guest source 1 is dead, is what happened. Can you hear her now, Lemmy? Thank you if you can. And then I'll move us back over.
Hello, hello.
The whole party screen. So this one, can you hear her here? Talk now.
Here. Talking.
Yeah, it should be single,
Hello,
not double.
fine.
Yeah, it should be single. Okay, so can you hear her here? I don't like doing sound checks like this. I see the meters. That's why I'm like, I don't understand. They're all moving.
Talking.
Well, I'm going to continue. Let me... Yes?
What did
Okay.
you guys miss
Source
tonight?
1 died. No, Source 1 died for some reason. I don't know. I've never had that happen. That's news to me.
So strange.
Yeah, it's OBS, baby. It doesn't like us.
Don't know why.
So
I don't either.
Maybe, I don't know. So I tell them, I tell Brianna's character privately with the three of us.
Mhm.
Like, I put the head down on the table, and it's not exposed to anyone else. It's just.
Well, we'll do that scene after this one.
Okay.
So he asked if you want a boat or if you're going to take your mounts.
I think we should protect the mounts, shouldn't we?
I'd rather keep Kibby here if we can, especially if that's going to be bad. I mean, Baxter would be... Baxter would be able to take care of himself there.
Yes. But then again, that's up to you, Eleonora. It's up to you.
Well, I wouldn't want to anger you, Sir Meteor Knight, with having Baxter here longer than he's welcome. Would you like me to take him with us?
I would prefer him not to be here.
Understood.
He is a danger. I get he is a loyal mount. Nobody likes mine either.
Oh, it's a shame.
That's unfortunate.
No, well, they want to pet it every time, and mine shows you your day of death.
Oh.
It reads
Yes.
your future.
Well, you could make money on the side one day with that.
That's not the point of a knight's mount.
It was
No, it's not. You're a
Just try
thief.
to
We get
like-
it. No, you're the key knight. No, you're a fucking crook. I know what's going on. So, are we taking the dragon and on a boat? He's like, do we need a larger boat, or you're going to ride your mount on road?
Well, I would prefer Baxter to not be in danger. Do you feel like a larger boat would be necessary, or he could?
The boats we usually use are made to go through a swamp, so they're narrow, they're small, they're made for up to 4, maybe 5 people. We do have barges, but they are known for getting stuck in places. And your mount is not small.
That is true. My concern is what you mentioned before, the dangers of us obviously wading in the water. Will there be dangers for a creature such as Baxter? Or will Baxter be at home in the swamp?
I mean, we did hear that thing roar. Whatever was
Yes,
out there.
I'm afraid that might be where our group of scouts were maybe apprehended or harmed. I don't know for true, but one of my guards said that his days were numbered after maintaining my steed. And he offered himself to go on this trip, knowing that his days were numbered. Now, your perspective on life changes when you know when it ends. I can get a larger boat. Again, it may get stuck. You can ride your mounts. You just need to not stray from the path on them. You just have to be careful.
Well, how about this? I ride on Baxter, and you two take the boat.
Unfortunately, I will tell you the boat does not follow the path. There are areas that are deep that you have to cut away from the road. You will be separated for time frames.
Oh. That doesn't seem wise.
No, it's not.
Sometimes a knight's journey is alone, but I can't tell you what to take. Listen, I need to tend to a few things. You, at dinner tonight, let me know if you want the boat or if you're going to go on your own. You're welcome to call me for counsel. We have counsel cards as a GM in our Streamloot deck. We have 3 of them available, which allows you to call on counsel for people even if they're busy or they don't want to or whatever. You could call on help from other people using the call on counsel. As knights, that's kind of like your right to do that. You can even use that to call a duel if you want with somebody. Like, you can do some fucked up shit with it. But he's like, I will give you this room to speak privately. I will keep the apothecaries and the assistants out. There's water, wine, bread, and food over there. I will give you till dinner to make your decision. If a decision is not to help us, I give you to week's end to leave Darkfall. Excellent. Understood?
That's fair. It won't take us that long.
Well,
we don't want to be first to leave. Definitely here to help.
my company used to say the same thing. They're all
That's
dead.
our job. All right, we'll get back to you tonight, most definitely.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
He leaves the room, walks out. He leaves the seer's head on the table. He does not take it. When he hits the door, he goes, "That's your problem, knight." And he walks out of the room and shuts the door.
Does it hurt when that thing bites you?
It kind of feels like a
That's
smack
amazing.
on the hand just briefly, and then the pain goes away.
Interesting. I've always heard stories about seers and everything. It's a ball of head.
I mean, the
snakes.
migraine that happens afterwards, but I don't know if that's just because of...
Yeah, probably helps intensify it. Well, honestly, when it comes to this, I feel like going into a swamp. Like if we end up getting chased off the path, I know that Kibby's not going to be. He's probably not. He's never been in a swamp before. I know I'd probably end up losing him. Absolutely.
Just food to whatever creatures are out there.
Well, I mean, if you're riding it, they're not going to just ride off the path. And in general, mounts are going to stay on dry land versus trying to go through water. Like, to make a horse go through water, it has to be trained, and most of the time in real life, if it's a horse. And some of you may not have normal horses. So...
But regarding that, though, if we have to get Box around to the city, he can't be on a boat. You're going to be by yourself, and that's totally up to you. I feel like you are more than capable of doing it, but
the three of us.
If you do get into trouble, though, you're on your own, and we won't be able to do anything to help you. That's the one problem I see with that.
My understanding is that this threat it's more than I can handle on my own.
And if you come across it by yourself, and if we come across it in the boat as well too, we can always use your help. We can always use ours. We are knights of a team. So I would probably say I would probably even say we risk the mounts.
And I know that I feel like Eleonora would her one eye, the one eye. would basically look in the direction of Esme. I know that it's harder to trust me given our recent discussion, but I guarantee you that I would not leave you on your own in this situation. I would protect you. It is our job to protect the realm and also look out for one another.
I appreciate that.
Was it a good discussion? Was this when I was still out under?
Yes.
Everything all right between the two of you?
Oh, yes.
Nothing I need to know about.
Oh, I look at your one eye.
Oh, yeah, it's a great conversation to have in private right now. Although the seer's head is there, it is still hissing, but it just sounds like a group of snakes balled inside of that snake skin face.
Well, after the discussion we had, we might as well let our mock knight know what you found.
Right. Well, two heads are better than one, right? As I say, as a joke. So many heads. I always knew my suspicion was right, and I always knew Eleanor was the favored one of the three of us.
Says the person who got the 2 stat cards.
Yeah, but that's different.
Well, oh, you mean with the original Barb's Knight? Well, I mean, we knew that. I knew that as well too. It's fine.
The real reason. It's actually quite fascinating. But I don't know why the circumstances happened, but that's what I'll do.
Wait, the original Barb Knight was your...
Keep down. I want to protect your secret.
The original Barb Knight was your mother?
Yes, she was.
Okay, that makes a whole hell of a lot more sense now.
I mean, no wonder Baxter loves her and understands her same blood.
That makes sense. Alright. Not all surprise out. Sorry about your mum.
Yes, yes.
But, so...
Sorry about your what?
Sorry about your mum. But did we find out what happened? Because I mean, you looked in the saddle. I mean, we assume that she's dead, right? Do we know of anything?
Well, I don't
of
need
what
any
attacked us?
sympathies thrown my way for what happened. If anything, that should go to my mother, because of the fact that she trained us well, and
True.
she ended up in that state.
I mean, it explains why you never had to fight, right?
Right.
Now, I will remind the knights that anyone can speak to any seer. So if one of you want to speak to the seer, it does guard damage. If it's not your seer, it does 2 guard instead of 1. Again, as soon as the scene's over, you leave the room, everyone kind of refreshes their guard and stuff. Diana, you would have your 1 vigor back. It's been a month by now. Like, don't worry about that. Your guard's back. But if you want to reach in and talk to it, you're welcome to do that. I'll even let you use a council card if you want to take no damage and make no roll. If either one of you want to speak to the seer, because any knight can speak to any seer in the realm. Just certain knights kind of have a seer that's tied to them.
Would you explain what it told you already when you were talking to it?
Oh yeah, no, that was already what she
Oh,
explained. She
right.
gave all those details of
Oh,
it being
alright.
north. The myth has gotten stronger. Basically needs to be
Mhm.
taken care of because time is running out.
So north, if you look at the map here, I'll pull up the map version. On the map here, we are in the hold here. The torch represents your group. This is where she had the vision of whatever that creature was.
Yeah.
And it is saying it's somewhere within this hexes here. Wherever the myth is, the origin somewhere out this direction. I mean, it could be all the way up here even. But somewhere in this hexed region, which isn't that big, but if it's by mount, going on the roads, 2 days per square, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 2 weeks of traveling and looking around, if you're really careful. If you go by boat, you could probably do it in 7 to 10. But you don't have the mobility once you get off of it.
True.
And we are currently, it looks like 2 omens have happened so far. Omens don't have to happen one at a time, but they make sense. Sometimes they're merged together, just so the new players and the new knights understand what you're stepping into, along with the audience.
Cool. But wasn't there something else that we heard about? A giant cluster of trees out there in the swamp as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we kind of have a direction, obviously, where we need to go, somewhat of what we're looking for.
Quite envision, yes.
And they also said that the dead come from that way. So it tends to happen before the harvest season.
We are currently moving into winter. It's been a month. It's been a whole season.
True. I mean, hopefully within 2 weeks we can get back before it gets too cold. But we could get lucky. I mean, perhaps, who knows, in a swamp, maybe it freezes over the dead that's under the water. Mayhaps.
Perhaps.
Possibly.
We've all never been up that way, but...
We love your optimism.
Well, I'm feeling quite optimistic after actually surviving getting stabbed through the chest by whatever the hell was up in that tower as well, too.
Is that stuff that happened at the tower, is that linked to your mom?
It was.
And so what, how is it linked? Like, what, why?
I don't know how it's possible. Obviously, she's not with us anymore. It's connected to the myth.
Bringing to... So she was actually dead, bringing her back as well, too. So was that potentially her, then? Oh, that's...
What if your mom is stuck at the swamp and that's why you have the head? What if your mom is part of the dead, the undead?
Well, now, looking at the... I mean, she's looking at this head that's on the table.
Snake fucking just moving. And it's not even full snakes. It's like... it's like hot air through snake skin. Like, they're just floating. It's not normal riding. Inside, there are snakes. Everything else is just like a snake's skin, like a shed skin.
So truly, we know it's connected, but we don't truly know what happened to it then.
No.
Would you think you spoke to this? You would have answers? Wouldn't you want to know what happened? And why it came to the city?
You know what? I'll stick my finger close to it. Be like,
No, I don't-
you know what? I'll try
Are you
it.
going to put it in the top of the head?
Yeah.
Do you want to use a council one so you don't...
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, we'll use a council. Okay.
So by using the card just for like flavor, like when I go up to it, I like put my hand to it. But what I do, I kind of start moving my hand around, so like trying to not intimidate.
Speak.
Trying to
When you use Star Drew's card.
Imitate. Like I
okay.
am going to touch it as well too, but like just as I'm looking at it as well as it's all kind of like looking at me, it doesn't look as human as the rest. And even when you see as Thomas steps forward too, you see a slight scarring, but it's like it's like silk threading of a stitching on.
Is the silk color different for this since it's a new worms?
Yes, yeah. So he was kind of like tannish. This one is it almost looks like the blood that he had almost stained it, so it's almost like a light greenish tinted with it too, like on his chin now.
All right. So you stick your hand in. We'll use the Star Drew call on council. You don't have to make any rolls. You don't take any damage. What do you ask?
Yeah.
What do you want to ask?
I would say, oh seer of these wobbling snakes coming out of the heads, I do implore you. We are very curious on what happened to the original Barbed Knight. If there's any information that you could please give to us. And is that coming out as like snake as I say that too?
Yes.
So he's doing that. He's like,
You just hear your own voice. They hear snake noises.
True.
I will tell you that the Barbed Knight understands what you're saying. Okay. For some reason, in proxy of what it is, you can piece it together pretty well. It's a bunch of hissing. Oh boy. What is it you want? What's like the question itself? Because I have to word this properly. I'm looking at my notes over here to make sure I don't fuck this up. What exactly are you asking? Because I have to word this correctly.
Yes. I am asking what can you tell us happened to the original Barbed Knight?
It says, and I'm going to say it exactly like she would then. I left you to find your knighthood and died in the swamp seeking the myth of the Legion. I died as the Queen died.
Oh, it is Queen to So
we have 3 more council cards if you'd like to use them and not take any damage and ask more questions.
All right, I'm going to use another one. Yes.
All right. We'll use the one from Serving Hands. What do you want to ask now, buddy?
Well, saying that, I would say, interesting. Was the Queen and the Barbed Knight related to one another?
Yes, by blood.
So, I look directly.
Do you want to take a wound, or do you want to use another call on council? Nessie's just been dropping call on councils for you.
Thank you, Nessie.
I would actually look straight to Eleanor and be like, "You heard that, right? Do you know? Do you know about that connection?" You did. I mean, get this.
She disappears.
That one over there. Guess who she's the granddaughter of? Apparently, possibly granddaughter.
We should just trust you. Maybe I don't think. And I look at the head on the table and keep talking to this thing. Tell me later.
Sometimes there's other ears
true.
in places that you don't expect.
I'm sorry, I've been in a bed for like 2 months.
You can leave the Citadel if you guys would like to go, but remember, your place to stay is here on site.
True.
Unless you want to go use the begrudging innkeeper and go move to there for this conversation. But there's even more prying ears there. You're in a council chamber right now. And he forced everyone out and gave his word no one's in here. That doesn't mean there isn't some other mythical thing happening. Because while this is medieval, it is mythic medieval. So that's up to you all.
That is basically what Eleanor is hinting at. Like, there's we don't know.
Nessie says, I have a bunch. I have a bunch of call and counsel. Fucking drop it.
Give it to Nessie.
Stick your hand in the snake pot. Do you reach back in? As Adam and Diana disappear, he's like, we're gone. We're fucking gone.
Yeah, with the poof. As the hand goes in, poof.
They die.
See?
I saw some grittiness in their internet. I was like, they crashed away here. But hey, that's okay. I'm always prepared. So you were laid up while we paused there as you guys are talking. You were laid up for a while.
Yes.
And there is a wonderful chart for Mythic Bastionlands over on his Patreon site, which is what happens between seasons. So I'm gonna bring this up between you and I. So give me one sec.
Right.
I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna go to the 2cam.
Okay.
So this is what happens between seasons. As it fades to black as they are asking these questions, as they fix their interwebs. There is a whole bunch of fun stuff, but there's what they call a D66 table. I don't know. Have you played Mork Borg before?
Yes.
Okay. D66, you roll 2d6 and you read them in order. So it's like 1 and 2 is 12. 3 and 1 is 31. So I need you to give me 2d6 for what happened to you while you were gone. He also gave some of the lovely tables that are spark tables, like drama, woe, news, and we'll roll on those if they're needed. As Adam and Diana decide to cause suspense for everybody.
Okay. I got a 5 and a 2.
So a 52. So we're going to scroll down this table. And this is on his Patreon. If anyone is interested in joining his Patreon, Chris McDowell is, like I said, one of my top 10 designers. Actually, Korean Chat and I were literally just talking about this before the show. He's one of my top 10 designers. So you said you got a 52.
Correct.
Well, this couldn't have been more suiting. You learn of a secret drama in court.
We don't make this up, people.
I can't
We
make
don't
this shit up. Audience, can you guys give me 2d6 separate and then give me another 2d6 separate for drama and news, and we're gonna see what she learns in here. I can't make this shit up. I don't
This is hilarious.
I don't write these charts. These are just part of the
this
show.
Is great.
Yeah.
I love it.
Adam and Diana are scrambling over there. They probably don't even know they're not in the call anymore.
Oh man.
A 6. Okay, we're gonna do the drama first. So 6. Manipulation. And 3. Manipulation of an oath. Okay. And then give it to me one more time for the news. So we have a manipulation of an oath. I'll zoom this in a little bit so you guys can see it as well. So that was someone put them together. So it was 63. Yeah. 63. Oh, did I read that wrong? 63. Oh, I lied. 63 is ambition of an oath. And then what's the next one? So 63 and 62.
Oh.
62. Mercenaries that are joyous mercenaries and the ambition of an oath. Ooh. Okay. While they're not here, I will do this one.
Okay.
Word has come back from, your previous life. You've heard it while you were laid up, people talking about it. You know that a huge war happened for 5 years in this realm, between the realm you guys traveled to and the one you're from, the one we're playing in right now. And they have been talking about, through the holdings, news has passed after the queen died, that a group of very ambitious mercenaries have taken over the castle. Like, actually taken over the queen and king's palace. And they believe that they are going to be able to take over the throne as a group of mercenaries, which would send the realm into disarray. There are rules in Mythic Bastionlands where the realm starts to fall apart, like when queens die, kings die, maybe major knights die, where the belief of the citizens of the realm, they just don't believe that it can be controlled anymore. And with this, an uprising starting, basically a rebellion starting, people are starting to really question the idea of a seat of power within the realm. The king and queen were beloved, but they were assassinated. No one stopped them. The barbed knight couldn't stop them. You know why the Barb Knight couldn't stop them. Batman can't stop Bruce Wayne from dying.
The question is it believed or was it part of the rumor that...
I see you guys. You're good. We transitioned seamlessly. You're fine. Nope. It's secrets. Shit happens. I am always prepared. So we're good. So with that information, the Barb Knight knows this. That makes things back in the holding a problem, and I'm going to quickly pull up the holding map. Oops, wrong one. I'm going to go back to Albert Rodeo here. I want to make sure that my stuff is reset to 100. Here we go. I'm going to zoom out. If you look at the map, we are here. This is where we're right now in Darkfall. This is Darkfall. Right? In the middle of nowhere. The kingdom, the ruling seat of power, is all the way up here. So that means that information came across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hexes.
Oh, I just sent you something.
Yeah, 10 hexes.
I need to know. Oh, sorry. My
No, you're
typing,
good.
tough when you have one eye. So ignore the misspellings.
You like flip it up, look down. That is something you would have to ask around on. You're welcome to use a call on council card to get that information if you want, because Nessie has been dropping them it's hot.
I definitely want to do that because this is very important.
That can be publicly said. Do you want to say that publicly? That's up to you. I don't know if it would really matter publicly, because everyone knows the king and queen died. You're welcome to...
Just I want to know if it's rumored that these mercenaries that have now are trying to basically take over the kingdom.
There is some tinfoil skullcap theories that maybe they were who caused the death of the king.
Okay.
The queen, maybe not, but the king died first and really much earlier in the war. The war started when the king died, and the war ended a little while ago, and then the queen died. And no one knows if that's to spark the war again, if it's leftover, no one knows. That's a really good question. We'll use that, Nessie, for it. I would say the apothecary that was working on you, let's see, is it the same one that was in the room with you during our big conversation? It is not. Happens? It's a different apothecary. Okay. The apothecary who's been working on your eye is a different apothecary than is the advisor for Darkfall, the one who talks to the Meteor Knight. He says, look, I've heard many rumors about this. I've heard that the king was murdered by one of his own, but it has come out that someone snuck in and killed him through poison. I don't know if that's true or not. You've heard rumors that he was stabbed to death, and it was covered that he was poisoned. So he didn't look like he was weak and didn't fight back.
So, okay. So basically he would have... you're saying that
the truth is he died from being stabbed to death.
Yes. Okay.
But the public perception is he was poisoned. That's the public perception. We have other cards if you want to get more information from this person and more rumors while you were laid up for this month during the springtime. And I'll scroll down to our time here. Where will we be? We're halfway through the month when you were getting patched up. So let's look at roughly where we're at. We're in the cooler part of summer going into winter. Spring. We started in spring, was it? Oh, I apologize. We're not going into winter. We are going into harvest season. We're going into fall. I said winter. Okay. We are going into fall. So we would be mid-spring sees Septimass, where the seat of power gathers local rulers to renew their vows of loyalty. That didn't happen. Instead, these mercenaries would have taken over. So instead of getting all the seats of power, all the holdings together, mercenaries took over the seat. the end of that spring season would be taxes. And people collect taxes. That means a mercenary collecting taxes with the information that you have. And then where we are right now, we would be falling into the Feast of Stars, which is a night of honors, unions, and contests, which is like duels and tourneys and things like that in the springtime. So the gold season. So
what was the band of mercenaries? Their name?
No name. They don't know. They just said they were a band of mercenaries hired by the Seat of Power. So probably used during the war, like they hired mercs because they didn't have enough people. A 5-year war is a long fucking time.
Yeah.
So they probably didn't have enough people and they hired these mercenaries. Well, that's what happens. I'm going to take us back to the party unless you want to ask more of this person.
No, that's all.
All right, bats. And we'll go back to our group here. So this is what happens when you get random rolls in a game because, you know, internet sucks. Hi, you guys. You're back. How are you feeling? You okay? Is everything all right?
Now.
The internet
Good.
kill you?
I think the snake might have actually bit me, and I just kind of freaked out for a second, just because it doesn't coincide with, my
time, as we call it.
with my wooden silk and everything.
I mean, it
So-
kind of looked as if you
Ka-thunk.
passed out briefly and then came back to.
So as you stick your hand in, as the camera fades from the conversation we just had about her downtime, we rolled on the tables that Chris McDowell put up in his Patreon, and we got something that could not have been more suiting and perfect for the two of you being gone.
Great.
Awesome.
More secret.
Love it though.
I don't know if you guys, when you take your notes, you put an S in a circle behind everything that you write that's a secret. I do, and I can tell you that my notes in this game are like 50-50 right now. So as you come back and put your hand in, can you please recap for the audience what you're asking this creature?
Oh, yeah.
So we know, if you even remember now.
Well, I know I did the two. Oh, I was thinking of a third because because we were saying, there's more, and then we cut out.
We use a second Nessie call upon console.
Thank you, Ness.
Yes, I will. Eleanor, did you? See, now I'm all confused with us getting cut out. Did you ask what it actually was in the swamp? That wasn't one of them, was it? You did.
But
okay.
Unfortunately, all I got was that it was a part of the myth. It's associated with death and decay. And
Well, it did tell, I believe it was Adam, that it's the Legion, the myth of the Legion.
Yes, that when I asked about the Barb Knight, it said she died in the swamp looking for the myth of the Legion. Yes.
Oh, so you actually had more information than.
Well, he just found that piece out.
That was one of my two questions.
So, and if I turn off my camera really quick here, I believe my background is the Legion art. Nope, it's not there right now. Damn. I was hoping I had the Legion art there. I do have it. So, what do you want to ask for this follow-up here, good sir?
I'll go for another one. And I'll say, or I'll ask,
I do.
is there anything we can do to properly protect ourselves for what we're about to face?
There you go. That was the Legion art for the audience. There is no contagion from the Legion, but because war was fought here, their numbers are limitless. Every night, when the moon rises, the dead come with it. They build their numbers, and they raid the surrounding area. I do not know what they are looking for. They only fight and feed until death.
Right? Well, they like to fight and feed until death. Maybe if we were able to stop them from being able to fight and feed, that cut off their source. But no, they're saying that it come out at night and they feed on whoever they can. Death was limitless. I mean, we know about the war that happened in the swamp, so clearly they have lots of their numbers are huge, so we do have to be very careful in there.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't think of anything else to ask it as of right now. I'm still kind of perplexed.
Did you pull your hand out of the head?
Yeah, I'll
right.
pull my hand out of it as I'm like whooshing around and.
It did not give clear answers on how to defeat it either.
No, even to protect ourselves as well too. That's what I was trying to ask. But it's
Doesn't
just
know.
Safe. No, I mean it makes sense. Legion, it's death, and there's lots of it.
The Legion's so bad. It's so bad. I randomly rolled all of the myths that we have from this game. There are 6 scattered through the world. I randomly rolled all of them.
Nice.
No, they're like the top 3 worst ones.
Excellent.
At least in my eyes, the worst ones. So with that information, what does the company of knights want to do with this information? Are you going to ask for a boat? Are you going to take your you're going to take your mounts? And I will tell you, we have 10 gifts that have been played, gift cards, which means there's a special feature we can use. So if you would like, you can ask for a larger boat and a group of soldiers to come with you, like a small war band if you want. They can take a bunch of boats with you. You can call favor upon this holding. You can get a map that shows you the plot and how to travel the roads. And then the third thing I would offer is if you take your mounts, I will give you a reroll on every mount. If they get stuck in mud, I will give you a reroll by spending the gift card. So do you want a warband and a boat, which means you're going to be visible. You're traveling through with like fucking 5 boats and a warband of guys. But if you find something bad, you got a group with you to fight. Do you want a map of the realm, giving you a map, not of the realm, but of the swamp to make your travel easier? Or do you want rerolls on sinking in the mud or bad things happening? What would you like for your 10 gifts?
So thinking more about it, what we just found out, there's lots of dead. I feel like if we're on a boat and we get trapped on it and we get capsized, we're going to get dragged underneath the water into the swamp itself. At least having our mounts will have a faster way of escaping, I would think. If we take a warband with us as well too, that's just taking, defenses away from the city.
And they only have 2 right now, too.
There's only 2.
Unless Diana, during the downtime, decided that extra action was training new militia.
Because I wanted,
Okay. If you train new militia during that, then I need a roll from you to find out how many we get. Okay. What of your virtues, your 3 stats, which are what virtues are, which virtue would you use to train them?
Nice.
My highest is clarity.
Is that so? Clarity. If you're going to use clarity to train them, you can. Clarity gives you I think it's the ability to speak really well. Well, let me read it out loud for the audience and for us. So charming tongue, iron will, fierce heart. So it's like persevering through everything, through speech, through will, through just being who you are. If you'd like to roll that, you're welcome to do it. I will say, if you beat your own score by 5, I will give 2 new militia groups. If you meet it and are within 4 of your score, I'll give you 1 new militia group that joins.
Okay.
If you get a natural 1, I will give you a D4 plus 2.
Nice.
If you get, for some reason, crit it, you get a natural 1, I'll give you more.
Let's go 1.
All right, here we go.
Just a D20 roll. You got to be
No.
under it. Equal.
I'm over it.
Would you like to use your patch?
Yes.
Yep, there you go.
All right, let's use it. Here, pull up. Yeah, I got 2.
Ooh,
Nice.
I will give 2 new groups join. So I'm going to write this down.
that's great.
Thank you.
So they have 2 militia groups.
Can I say one of those is Eggtown group, or because they
Eggtown.
they fought hard?
If
Good.
you
Represent
want to say
Eggtown.
they join, that would be important if you want to do that.
If I wanted to what? I'm
If
sorry.
you want to say you trained the guy from Eggtown, that would be important. Because he is an important person.
Yeah, I mean, if Thomas told me how well they did when he was helping them, then yes.
All right, so let me note this down. And you rolled a 2. 2 on spirit. All right. So Krabby is a farmer and a thug, but you would find out after training that Krabby was actually a squire to the meteor knight that failed.
Huh?
Do you press Y? Because, I mean, when he trains, like, this guy, he's in his, like, late 50s, early 60s. And he is stronger, tougher, and a better wielder of whatever weapon you give them than any of the people you are training.
If I had a private conversation,
It's up to you.
Maybe
It's your choice. You're the knight. You can pull anyone aside and do whatever the fuck you want.
maybe as a thief to thief talk.
All right. You would find out. I'm assuming you share this with your company because this isn't something that'd be super secretive.
Yeah, no, I would share it too.
He would tell you after a training night when you guys are sitting down. That's probably how this would go best. He says, "Look, what is your actual fucking name?"
Esme.
Esme. I work for my brother for quite some time as a squire. I'm his senior. I'm older than him. I'm a better fighter than him. Honestly, there isn't much I don't... I drink, I smoke, I fuck, I fight better than he does. But the people trust him. They don't trust me. Even though I provide the food for all of this holding. I am not bitter about having the seat. I don't want it. But he knows when he's going to die. And so do I. And eventually, I have to pick up the slack. I'm willing to help with the militia just because we're down, but I'll be honest with you, I have no intention of leading until I have to. I'm going to be forced into that position after his passing. Who else is going to take it up? His daughter is now perished. What do I do?
I mean, that's understandable. And fair.
Time is ticking quickly. There isn't many seasons left before he's gone.
I'm sorry.
I'm not. Everyone dies eventually. At least he knows when. He can live his life to the fullest, as can I. So, I prefer farming than fighting. But I will help the militia for now. I'll give you 2 seasons. Can I, give you a word of wisdom?
Yes, I would love to hear it.
I've fought these undead for 3 years. When you least expect it, they speak of personal dismay. And I have found that there are chances to speak with the undead versus fighting them. Some of the farmers have lost loved ones to the attacks of the 3 years. And during the feast, we had one cornered in one of our outhouses. He died, unfortunately, doing what he does.
Oh.
But
That's unfortunate.
well, it allowed us to lock it in and speak with him. And for 3 weeks, we were able to get information from him. Do you have a map of the realm?
Would I have a map?
I mean, yes, everyone knows the realm, but if not, you could bring one back, and he'll give you a description. So I'm going to bring up the map with the crew here. Whoops, wrong one.
Okay.
He says, 4 days ride out, 2 by boat. You'll find the source of everything. He spoke of a scaled creature chewing and spitting out the remains of the dead.
Oh.
I believe it's 2 days north if you were to take a boat, probably 4 by Burma Road. They say it is found at an old war site. I don't know much more than that. The person that we had locked up got hostile after a while. We had to let him perspire.
Of course.
But I will tell you that we have been sending people there secretly, and we have lost 2 of our units of militia because my brother does not listen. You're not fit to fight whatever that is. The recent group of scouts that went out have not responded. Don't let my brother send people of this holding to die over and over. Solve this problem, or usurp my brother from his seat. He's doing this because he lost his wife to it.
Oh, wow. Well, I appreciate all this information, and yes, I don't want anyone else dying, and we need to protect them first. And I respect you, and I just want to say thank you.
I don't need your respect. I just need your help.
Is there anything else that...
Nothing that I know. Nothing else that I can share other than what I've gathered over the last season.
All right.
Is there any chance that you know what happened to my niece?
The niece is the queen?
No, the niece is the girl who climbed out of the window and fell when no one saved her and she died.
Oh. You know, I don't. I mean, we heard her screams and we tried to run up and save her. And that's the last thing I know. I mean, all those bodies were just disintegrating in dust. I don't have the answers, otherwise I would give them to you.
I don't need to. I just asked because I haven't had a one-on-one with any of you other than a few weeks ago before 2 of your company were injured. I asked nothing else. I just wanted to know if at least it wasn't painful death.
I'm sure if it was probably quick, but I just don't have those answers.
Yeah, my brother refuses to speak about it. All right, well, if you need anything, I will be here with the militia. I do intend to keep farming.
Yes.
As a heads up. I'm not going to do this full-time, but I will make sure that the militia is trained properly. And he would take that month with you and train them, and he'll continue doing it for a couple months. And once he feels they're good, he's bowing out of position. Because he's just helping save Darkfall from falling into waste. So, you train them during that time frame. That means that you would know that there are 4 militia groups here. Nice. Which is good. It's up to you if you want to take one of those with you, using the 10 gifts to get boats, or if you rather have a map, or have rerolls on sinking in the swamp.
Well, I would relay all this conversation, and I don't think it's wise if we should bring any of them. I don't want more deaths. I feel terrible.
Well, you were saying that he had mentioned we shouldn't take anyone with us.
No.
I agree. By seed, and I feel like maybe the grace of the gods and the seers as well too. They could help us by allowing us safer passage and giving us an opportunity to get out of trouble if we need it.
I mean, we've been training for 6 years for this, and we know it best.
Nora?
I agree with you both.
Right. It's dinner tonight. We'll let them know what we're doing, and as we head out first light then.
All right, should we cut to dinner? Is there anything else anybody wanted to do as the company before we cut to telling him at dinner?
No, I don't think so.
Cool. No.
Okay. So, what is the final decision? What are we doing? What are we taking so I can mark off the gifts?
Grace of the gods, the rerolls.
Taking the rerolls. Okay, we're taking rerolls.
Gods
Okay.
in chat?
The gods and the seers. Yes.
All right,
Don't fail us now.
No pressure.
So rerolls. So for clarity, anytime you were to sink, drown, or something in the swamp, you and the mounts get a rerolls. Right? Not one, just period. While you're in here for this thing that you're doing, you just get rerolls.
Let's go.
All right. Good. Thank you, chat, for all the gifties.
And that does mean if you fail and you feel like, fuck, I'm doubling down, I'm going to use my patch or use one of the audience patches. That's acceptable as well. That leaves this one down to 1 GIF. This is a combination of Nessie, Serving Hand, Star Drew, and one from Allie way back in the day.
Oh, wow.
Just a leftover Dragonlance one that is carried over. So, He sets up a dinner in the main area to talk to everybody to eat. He has invited today. He has invited the head of like the farming community, the carpenters, the tapestry, the silk spinners. Everyone of value have been brought, because normally the way this would work is he would be gone, going to the kingdom to have a conversation with the king and queen about what's going on, taxes getting collected, and everything else. But you can't do that. Taxes were collected yesterday for this holding. After everything, he cut the taxes down to make sure that people could still survive. And he is providing food for the people who are providing for the community. You can tell this guy actually cares about Darkfall. No matter how horrid of a place this has become because of, now that you know, the myth of the Legion, he does care. He just, even in conversation, as soon as he's done giving speeches, you can see the weariness and you can see the sadness rest on his face in any time he is not actually speaking to somebody. He's commonly seen looking at swirling wine in his glass, petting one of the dogs that are on site, but almost always downtrodden and sad. Dinner goes well. The whole night, everyone kind of hangs out, parties. One by one, people leave. They go back to their homes until it's just his advisor, his dog, and the three of you on site. His brother is the last person to leave. He does pat him on the shoulder walking by. You can tell it is of comfort, but there is barely any words shared between them. What do you guys want to do?
So, we've made our decision. We believe it would be safe if the three of us took to our steeds to go out onto the road into the swamp. And we're going to plan on leaving first light tomorrow.
So you're not, and he sets the drink down. He's like, you're not taking the boats, then you're going to do this yourselves?
Don't want any more casualties. There's been too many.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, I was not expecting that.
Well,
we want to save the people. I don't want any more people dying.
True, and we also know that there's lots of dead out there too, and if any of that company falls, it's only going to add to the Legion's numbers as well.
And we need to build our numbers here.
Yeah, I heard that you had my brother assisting with training the new units, the new militia. I'm assuming he's told you a little bit about our relationship then. Excellent. Is there anything I can do to support your travels? I don't know much other than providing a map of the swamp from the last set of scouts that went out, not the ones that are missing. I don't really have anything else that I can give. I can give you, resupply you, give you food, give you all those kind of things. There are 3 council cards left. And we do have landmark cards. The way landmark cards work is when you're in a hex, you can play a landmark card. And if there is something in an adjacent hex, I will give you information about it without even being in the hex. So we do have a couple of those can be played. He doesn't really have anything else to give. Honestly, he's like provided for you guys for 30 days, passed you up, used resources, fed your 3 mounts. And this place is, I don't want to say at wit's end, but they're struggling. And he asks, is there anything else? You do have 3 calling councils. You could force him to still give you stuff. You are knights, and his job is to help you guys. So this really determines what kind of company of knights are you.
Did he already give us the map?
Yeah, he would give you the map to help you. No, not the map. You guys decided not to sync. You got blessings.
Yeah, we got the blessings.
You get the blessings to not sync, not the map.
I thought this was a separate thing.
No. Yeah, you got blessings.
Blessings.
But that's all he would really have to offer. Unless you want to try to force more, and he could take from like private coffers or something along those lines.
Unless there's one other thing I could think of is I know you've come across these for multiple years now. If there's anything in particular that you've noticed that's about the undead that march whatnot, if they're attracted to anything else, anything that you've noticed different about them, or that could help us. But I know it's just bumbling dead trying to eat what they can.
I have fought with them a few times, but never enough to know more than what I've already told you. They are a menace, and they started 3 years ago. I'm assuming.
Do you know why? Why did they start 3 years ago? Do you know the history of that?
He seems like he doesn't want to talk about it. He's pretty reluctant.
Oh, one thing I do apologize. It escaped me because I know we're trying to get this figured out. Something to be on the lookout. When the undead did attack a while back, I was over in Eggtown and there was rumbling happening under the ground. And talking to your brother and other people, they said it was something new that had started. So just as a warning, keeping your eyes and ears open for anything such as that. We'll see if maybe we can find any other information out there. But just want to let you know about that as well. I'm sorry that escaped me.
He says thank you. Can I, from the group of knights, from the company of knights, I actually need a roll. I need a clarity roll from everyone. If you fail it, there's nothing bad. This is just to see between shrewd eyes and keen instincts what you notice.
Okay.
So you're no bonuses or anything like that. There's really no card that you can use for it. Just got to roll equal to or lower than your clarity. Anyone make it?
No.
I was 1 over.
Oh, okay. For you, you made it. You can tell he is definitely aware of the problem and he's hiding his knowledge.
I know that you have been very generous with all of us and making sure that we recovered and we were taken care of. In order for us to return the favor, it's best that you also be open with us and trust us with the information that you seem to keep to yourself.
You know, that is very...
Let's say I have one good eye still left.
Yes, you do. I remember you when you were younger, if that means anything to you. So maybe not pushing your luck is a better idea.
Is it pushing if someone
I
is trying
don't
to help
know.
you?
Is it pushing? Is what he says. You can tell he's challenged. If you're going to push him on this, he's going to challenge you.
I figured it was a simple question.
It is rumblings that have been there since this city has been on this plateau overlooking the swamp. It does not harm the city, and as long as we keep to our own, whatever that is, keeps to itself. That's what I will tell you. Unless you would like to share your personal dirt.
Some things are best
Oh, yes.
underground, as it were.
Well, I can tell you is the stars don't lie, and I do remember you. You were kinder as a kid.
Well, time has passed.
It sure has. And that has been going on since you were a child, and we're all still here. So I would say worry less about it. Okay? It wasn't even a veiled. It was a pretty open threat. It wasn't a veiled threat, but it's pretty open. He says, excellent. I'm glad that you're going to be of service, as he looks around like trying to like wash away the conversation. If you are leaving in the morning, I leave through Eggtown's Gate, and we will have some extra supplies for you. Do you have sacrament in case you are injured on your journeys?
No.
I can provide a sacrament for you, and I do have some apothecary elixirs that if you are wounded, you can take them before rest, and they should help you as well. I have 2 of those that I can provide from my personal belongings. He's like staring at the barbed knight while he's saying all this shit. Like, I'm playing Don't Press. So he's going to give you 2 remedies and 1 sacrament to take with you. So whoever wants to carry them, you can only carry 1 sacrament as a person, or your mount can carry sacrament. And then you can also carry remedies. Those are ways to heal yourself if something goes wrong, which I fucking promise you shit's going to go wrong. So as the group gathers up, rest for the night, he would stand. He's like, I think dinner's done. Welcome to eat if you'd like, but I need my rest. I'm quite your seniors. And he kind of stands up. And he does have, like, the armor clanks, but sometimes you can hear the knees popping shit on this man. Like, this guy jumps down on people from super heights. Like, the fact his knees haven't blown out is amazing. He would walk out. He would give a slight side eye to the barbed knight, wishing you all a good night. And my militia will see you in the morning with your belongings, along with an apothecary, wishing you your best. If you need refuge afterwards, you're welcome to come back, and we will tend to your wounds like we did last time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. We'll bring back any information, and we can provide anything we can.
I greatly appreciate that. No hard feelings. And he would leave the room. Do you guys all leave? Go back to your rooms? Do you have a little conversation here without him, or do we press to tomorrow morning?
I feel like all these questions should be on the road when no one is
Yeah, I
listening.
think so. Yeah, I think so
That
too.
I would
No,
be
of course.
writing, and we'd be like,
That
"Snoop?"
sounds wonderful. We'll do a couple cuts tomorrow morning. You get your mounts. You go visit Baxter. Do you clean the bag in the morning? Or have you cleaned it previously? Or do you want that still? Do you just clean out the the fly eggs, but do you leave any of the blood residue?
I would keep it. in
I would
case.
clean it a tad, but like try to like if there was any way to actually put said remnants into a
Absolutely.
container.
Yeah, sure, fine. I'll say you have a vial of it for now.
Put it in a.
Oh, look at you! Unless
Just
you
a
get an
little.
apothecary jar. Unless something crazy happens, I'll assume you have a supply then. Perfect. You clean out the maggots, the eggs, the horse flies, all that stuff. Yep.
Yes.
What do you
To be
do
respectful.
at night about the thing that was in the bag? What do you guys do with that before we leave in the morning?
I don't know what's in there.
Do
I
you bring it up? Is there a conversation about that before the road? Or is the key knight just bringing it with her and talking about it on the road?
We're talking about on the road.
Do you clean out that item before you bring it on the road? At some point in time in that downtime of a season, I just need to know
she would
if
have to,
Diana,
yes.
the key knight, did the key knight clean it?
Did
The
did
item
I
that you
clean
had.
out the bag?
Nope. Did you clean the item you took?
What did I take?
The thing that was in the description.
Oh,
Do you
I would
clean that thing off before you bring it with you on the road?
to avoid the flies and all of that. Yes, and to respect it.
Ooh, okay. If you take the time to clean it, I will give you a advantage on it, which is a D8. I need a clarity roll with you with a D8. There is something important about that item that you may recognize.
Okay. With the D8 you said?
I'm the only one left out of the loop on
You're
this one.
going to find out on me.
Never tell him. You never tell the mock knight anything. He ain't a real knight.
Oh.
I am a real knight, I'm not a real person.
Alright, let's see.
Questionable.
Accurate.
That is a 12 over my 10.
Would you like to use a patch from the audience to reroll?
Yes.
Who's offering a patch from the audience? Don't forget, you get a D8. You get to subtract that off. So give me your roll.
Oh, okay. Let's
Patch,
see.
patch.
That is a 1. I still need another one to get to 10.
Oh, no. Well, you just re-roll the d20.
Oh, re-roll the d20.
Yeah, re-roll the d20.
I'm sorry,
You get a
I thought you
patch.
said D8.
A sandwich baggie of blood, Nessie says. No, it's a vial.
No, that's a 17 on the die.
You're cleaning it. There is something odd about it, I will tell you. It has 2 teeth replaced with like blue and white porcelain. That's what I'll tell you you notice.
Okay.
But you don't know what it is other than some rich person's teeth or maybe some person who had them replaced with something, but you don't know why. Nessie gave you 32 for that reroll, but you still failed. No,
Thank
that's
you.
you notice it has 2 teeth. They're the back molar. That'd probably be the back 2 teeth, the wisdom and the molar.
I just see Adam's face.
Adam's like, what the fuck
Trying to
is
figure
going
out like
on?
what is
I
happening.
know.
Here's
Here's the thing.
Everybody knows. this.
Adam is usually the person that the secrets are coming from.
I know,
Yes.
right?
I have deliberately put Adam on the outside. So,
I love it.
as you get all your stuff, you pack up to go on the road. They provide you with the 2 remedies and the sacrament, and you head off into, well, into the realm. I know what we're doing here. We're gonna move our torch. You guys come out. I want to know which hex are we going to start. 1, 2, 3. Where do you guys want to go? You can move the torch. Put yourself in the hex you want to go to first from the holding. While they're doing that, audience, it's
like
wilderness roll time. I need
where
the
we know the
audience to roll me a d6. Because we starting this one off with a bang.
North.
Yeah.
Was it west? No.
He said north somewhere.
Interesting.
Should we head up to the information that we do know where the skull is at least?
That is wherever the crazy rumbling fucking thing disturbing trees and all the animals fleeing it. That's there.
Oh, that's
Oh,
that thing.
no.
Oh, yeah.
That's her vision spot.
That's her vision. All right.
We got a 2. Encounter the next omen from the nearest myth. All right, I just need to know what hex we're going to.
Well, I mean, perhaps maybe we stay away from your vision creature for now. Should we slightly head more of the northeastern
Northeast.
direction,
So put yourself.
or start at the base of the swamp and we head east first, and then we can make our
To
way
prepare
up.
ourselves for what's ahead.
True. Right, heading east.
Okay, so you picture hex. Move that torch to whatever hex you want to be in.
Go for it.
That's the
Hezzy, you're right
traveling band.
So we're going here?
there. Yes.
To this one? Is that where you're going? All right, so you're going up and around. All right, so you go in the first side. So you come down through here. You can see the winding hills to the south of the ever-growing glades. That is where the feasting seer, just southwest of you, was buried and nestled in the hills. When you come down in the swamp, there is a pathway that is raised up out of the water. It looks like countless years of putting stone and dirt as like retaining walls have given a single horse road or cart road through. There are spots when you go through where they bump out where people could come out and wait for other caravans or wagons or horses to walk by. The water is high right now. There's maybe 6 inches from the top of the road that you are walking on. The hex is full of long, drooping willow trees. They are currently blossomed with pinks and greens of flowers. The wind through here is strong, and the smell of like old, wet, rotted bark is just fragrant everywhere. When you are coming through, it comes to an opening when you're just past like the middle of the hex, wrapping through, following the road, because you don't want to get off the road. There is a wounded man sitting next to a tree. He's got a wrap around the lower part of his face that's just caked in blood. The armor is beaten and worn. Scratch marks and blade marks are all over it. From the distance you're at, there is a sword laying on the ground, but you can't see much more. And you can see he's taken kind of like a dry area where this is a high spot in the swamp. And he's sitting underneath one of the drooping willows. It's hard to see who he is other than that without entering. But he's kind of gasping and gurgling under this tree, like leaning against it. What does your group want to do? We did roll a 2. That means this is somehow an omen or a tane. Not all omens have to be interacted with. Some are just visuals, but it's up to the knights to do what they want.
Do we think it's a fallen soldier from one of ours?
So no, it could be. I mean, he's underneath the tree. I mean, gotta harm to at least find out if he's okay.
But it could be a trap as well.
I mean, the path is a single person path. You can make your way out there on horse and under the tree by yourself, but it is definitely made to walk out on more than take a horse. You would leave your horse on the main path, dismount, and walk in. That's usually how this would be taken. Up to you guys, though.
He's a wounded man in the middle of a swamp. I don't feel right leaving him here. If it's truly, it could be a scout or something as well.
Could be. Very much could be. You remember the rules.
Yeah, we protect.
That's right.
Protect the realm. Obey the seers. Seek out the myths.
You know what? I'll go check it out first if you two want to just stay a little bit farther back.
One moment, please. Give me your hand.
Uh-oh.
All right.
That doesn't make me feel good.
She's gonna take one of the arrows and stick like poke him super fast.
Okay, you lose
So
a guard.
What?
There's
Like
a reason.
just a guard for the day. Oh yeah.
Just a guard for now, for
And
this
she's going-
scene, essentially.
Sure.
And she's going to basically, after taking the green blood, I'm assuming.
Uh-huh, sap. Yeah.
She's gonna lick that off of the arrow
Okay.
and put it right back.
Not unnerving at all. Not unnerving at all. All right.
Is this your way of trying to woo me?
To
It's-
woo.
He kind of winks at you and then just hops off.
I don't know where you would even
Holy shit.
get such an idea, but sure, if that helps you. Sure.
So he when he jumps down, because he also has he's got to draw his longsword that he had found. And the name I wanted to let you know, he has with him his longsword, and the name of the longsword, just to let you know, is Lazarus Call of the Sun.
Well, that's hilarious. That's my screen name for all the video games I play and shit. Is Lazarus Returns. I'm not even kidding. It has been for 20-something years.
Fantastic.
Lazarus Call of the Sun.
Call of the Sun.
Wow.
Okay. So you're going to break through the willow on your own?
Yes. I'll walk forward.
All right. As you break through the willow, and part the green and pink flowers and kind of look in, the man is leaning against the tree. Next to him, there is a great sword that has got like barbed metal protruding from it. It looks from jaggedness of use, like he was using it to chop wood, using it to like just as an everyday tool on top of something to fight with. Audience, if I can get 2d6 from you separate, that's important for this. He's breathing heavily, but it is wet. Like he's maybe gurgling blood, or maybe a lung has been punctured, but you can hear the...
My friend? You all right?
He would look up slowly at you. His visor is pulled up. He's covered in blood. A 1, and then what's the other one we got? You need 2d6? A 1 and a 1.
Two ones. Oh boy.
When he looks up at you, there is a hole through the cheekbone. Like a gaping hole. That is just, it's dry and caked with blood, but it looks like it maybe went through his sinus cavity, and it's why you're hearing the noise. What you guys are rolling on is the scars table for something, and you rolled face and pierced. So he's got a hole through his face. He doesn't move at all other than looking up at you.
Oh, did you receive that recently, friend?
How far away from him are you going to stay? Like at the edge of the willow? Like just inside?
Yeah, right at the edge of the willow.
As someone who grew up with a willow tree next to him, that's like a good 20 foot.
Right, yeah.
He doesn't say anything other than gurgling. He's definitely whispering some stuff, but it's wet and hard to understand at that distance.
No. I'll start moving. I look back at the two of them. I give them a little
So you
nod.
kind of see through the drooping of the willow tree.
Yeah,
and you're moving forward.
start
Okay.
pushing them out of the way a little bit, and I start walking forward.
When you walk up to him, he looks like uncomfortable, like he's trying to stand up, and he kind of reaches back and grabs the trunk of the tree and like pushes himself up to a semi-crouched kneeling position. He's reaching to grab the greatsword, and he kind of stands with it slowly, but he's having a hard time. He is fucking wounded. And he's gurgling still. Are you going to get close enough to be able to hear him? You do worry that's in striking range.
Yeah, I will be cautious, but yes, I will move closer to him.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he would stand and look at you and say, "They're all horrible people, reborn. They killed numerous of dark false people, eating them, devouring them." And when he looks up and he like pulls the cloth down, this whole side of his face, the jaw, is like down in his neck. There's no way this man should be alive. The smell of rot is in the air. The problem is your ass can't smell it.
I can't smell it. Are you part of the part of the scouting company that just went out recently?
No. And he points to the side, and you can see off to the right of him, next to the tree, there are two dead bodies. Like just in the back half of the willow, semi in the water.
And you can't stand, can you? Oh. Is there anything I can do to try to help you? I could ease your pain, put you out of your misery, friend, if you can't. Because we're going deeper into the swamp.
Feel no pain. And he like stands up and he stumbles forward like 2 steps. Like enough to like bump the sword blade with his breastplate.
Right, stay right there, friend.
Okay. You walking away?
No, I'm still staying there. But
Okay.
I'm like,
He leans on the sword blade and he like kind of has a hand on it, but he's holding the greatsword, but it's like dragging behind him. Like he's not doing well. What are the 2 knights outside of the willow tree doing? Are you just watching through, like on your mounts? Are you dismounted? What is the other 2 of you going to do? You can't really circle the tree because it's all water. You'd have to walk into this land area.
Definitely still with the bow and arrow out.
Okay.
She did that for reasons
in
order to be precise.
Yeah.
So she's basically just with her good eye keeping watch to try to see if this individual ends up lunging or coming at our friend.
No, he does not lunging. What about the key knight? Are you doing anything?
I would also be at the ready.
Okay.
My sword.
Just in case shit goes sideways?
Yeah.
All right.
And just being on the guard and looking around as well.
Ren, do you feel hungry at all?
Sir Dane Stone, you fought with me. And when he like looks up and he kind of pulls down, like you can see a tattoo that you recognize from the fight back at Darkfall. This is one of the farmers that helped you, that you guys took to the field to burn after he passed.
Oh. My friend, I don't believe that you're supposed to be here any longer, and I'm sorry.
And you remember him being shot through the face.
Yes.
Help the city And he's kind of like leaning. He points back with the greatsword to the two bodies again. When he does, in the dark, just at the edge of the back half of that willow, something creeps from the water. You see two eyes protruding up 10 foot apart. As it grabs the leg of one of those bodies and drags it into the depths. No more than the eyes do you see from whatever that thing is, and you just see a movement in the water just past the willow tree. When he looks back at you, he crumples on the sword.
He falls onto my sword?
Yep, right through in between the plate of the armor.
Ugh.
I am going to attempt to bite you.
Right.
So as it crumples forward, it looks like he's just falling. He drops the sword, doesn't even hold it. I have the stats for these things because the myths give you the stats for all of them. This is just a regular legionnaire.
Is this thing lunging or like
It
going
fell.
forward? Because that's gonna
Sure.
be if it looks like it.
I'll go
she's gonna
simul with you.
shoot.
I'll tell you what. I'll even say if you can kill it in a blow, I won't attack him. Go ahead and make your roll. I am going to give me a little extra guard because you're shooting through the willow tree.
That's fair.
Through the stuff just because it's blocking it. I am not going to try to block the blow, so just give me your roll. So you're using your bow.
Yes.
Do you have anything else to add to it? Obviously, the other knight can help spot and give bonuses if you want.
Yeah, I've been looking.
Okay,
yeah.
so the reason why, so I'm using, and now this is maybe me interpreting this wrong, and that's fine.
Hey, that's what happens when you're looking through a shroud of limbs.
Yes, because of the red hunt, the reason why I did that was to try to have the precise location of
Where
my
he is, so you
knight
don't
friend.
shoot your pal.
Yes, so
Very smart.
I
yeah.
wanted to try to use it for that reason to avoid, since obviously if it's lunging at him, to not get my friend, but to precisely go through.
Oh, that's
I will
right
give
past.
you a
Love
D8
that.
from Diana assisting, from the key
Because
knight pointing. I'll give you a D8 for playing it smart.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
So you
Because it
get your
says
normal
that,
dice
um,
damage.
The arrow's supposed to have a D12 against the target.
Well, the target needs to be against him. You would need his blood for that. But
Oh,
you're
okay.
being
Okay,
smart
that's
not
fair.
to hit your friend,
Okay,
so
okay.
I'll give you an
love
extra
that.
aid die. So you have 2d8 plus whatever the
Okay.
normal bow damage is.
What's that?
You're looking for 4s to hit.
And
You
then
want to take
this
your
is-
highest die
one
number.
second. This is D.
Diana, actually,
D6.
we'll do it this way. You get your bow, you get a bonus d8. Diana, roll your d8 for aiding her.
Oh, okay. So I don't want to roll that one.
Go, Brianna, grow is what Star Drew says. The Barb Knight's got it. It'll be all right, right? Right? Maybe?
Okay.
What's your highest number?
5.
Okay, that's a success. So that's damage. Do you have any 4s or higher besides that?
I do not.
Okay. What did the Key Knight get? No?
No, I got
So
a
5. You get 5. So I have a guard right now, normally of 3. Or 2. I'm adding 2. That gives me 4. I take 1 point of vigor. I already have vigor damage. I am still standing. I get hit hard. As you see an arrow come piercing past your head, Mock Knight, and hitting him. And it goes through his shoulder, and he continues coming forward in the lunge. I'm going to try to attack you. You're welcome to try to parry this if you want. You have your blade on him, but it's going to be hard to parry their blade because my first roll is to impair your attack
Alright.
by impaling myself on your blade through my
Again?
undead body. No, it's holding it in position, so you're going to have some penalties for shit coming up. I rolled, they get a couple dice here. I rolled a D6, a D8, and a D4.
Alright.
I got a 7,
Ooh.
a 4 on the D4,
Mm,
and a 4 on the D6.
Oh, damn.
So
I
with,
tried, my friend.
well, here's what I'm going to do. You respond to this. I'm doing 7 damage. I am going to impair your weapon, which means you get a vigor roll versus that. So give me your vigor roll. Equal or under.
Hell yeah, that is a 1 under an 11, baby.
You're able to pull your blade out of him before he can impair it. And then I am going to try to push you into the swamp with me.
oh,
So he like stumbles, grabs, and he's starting to drag you sideways is his goal. You already used that. You are welcome to also try to use a feat to deny if you want on your action.
Yes, I would like to try to deny that.
So if you're going to deny, your deny falls under, what is it? It's on the bottom left of your sheet. Spirit.
Spirit, yes.
Now you need a spirit roll. If you fail this, you do not deny. If you do, you take away my 7.
Woo, that is a 10 under 13.
I'm assuming you want to take away the 7 damage?
Yes, please.
So all I'm doing is moving you towards the swamp. You do get it up. When I stumble in, how do you get the sword out, and how are you denying me from biting you?
I feel like he's stumbling. I'm pulling it straight out. And then essentially, like, I'm just kind of cracking him, just like under the jaw to like knock him back.
So
like,
no
the bite,
damage.
he's coming in. Yeah,
the
no
arrow's
damage,
sticking
just-
out. I'm grabbing you and I'm moving you towards the water right now. That means we're gonna go into the full-fledged scene now. We're gonna go with the knights first, and then me. I will start obviously with the mock knight because he's the one in the most danger right now. But remember, this is one target, so technically you can all dice pool and team up. So as a group, how are you overcoming this legionnaire, this undead legionnaire? Are you individually doing it? Are you working as a group? Are you teaming up? Right now, really only 2 of you can team up unless you move in. And the rule is move, attack. Because remember, if you roll a 4 or higher, you can move again with that 4. So I'll leave it to you guys to decide what you want to do. Before I do what I'm going to do with the legionnaire and whatever's swimming in the water.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely going to try to what because he's pushing me to the water. I want to try to flip, essentially, on him and trade places with him, so he's got his back more towards the water.
So you're going to try to use a gambit. Your goal is to push him in the water instead. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So that you're going to need a success on that. A 4 will let you do it, and I get a roll. An 8 means you do it, and I get no roll. As a heads up. So get your dice pool together.
All right.
To start. Would you like a 1-up to have a higher armor for this fight for right now?
Yes,
for this round. So we're going to use Serving Hands 1-up. Does any of the other knights, are you assisting him, or are you tandeming up to fight this thing with you two? Like, is he attacking and then you two are attacking? Because that seems the most logical to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I
Alright.
think so.
Far back.
All right.
And
So
we're
let's.
able to throw like a spear. If
You
we-
could
like,
throw, you could shoot,
Okay.
you could do whatever you want, but to move in, it's single file, and then in this space, you can't fit the mounts underneath this tree.
And just to be clear, I did actually do a like.
Yeah, you hit
I
me.
Did,
You did
I
damage.
hit. Okay.
You did damage. I have since we're learning the rules, I have a vigor naturally of 15.
Wow.
I'm already damaged, and you did an extra point of damage to me as well with that shot.
Okay.
My guard is now gone.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
But that does not count as wounded or scarred.
No, not at all. No. Well, not for these.
Understood. So
Not
that's-
for.
that was
Not
not
for an
gonna work.
undead legionnaire. No, it does not.
Right.
Alright.
Okay.
All right, so
So I say we start probably with the mock knight.
Yep.
sure. Yeah,
All right, buddy.
All right.
What you doing?
So moving it, yeah. So I want to. My whole thing is I want to try to switch places with him.
Okay.
With it, so is that gonna? That's gonna be a vigor roll. With it?
It's tack. No, that's a gambit. We're in combat.
Oh, straight up attack. Oh, right.
We're
straight up attack.
attacking.
So my sword is technically 2d6 when I roll it. The long
Sure
sword.
can. So you use 2d6. Do you have anything else that's a die during this you use for your attacking? Like, do you have a shield or anything like that?
No, I don't. No, just
Ooh,
that.
boy. Just 2d6 then.
Yeah. I will shout out too, like behind him as I'm doing this. I'm like, "There's something in the water that's pretty big."
Okay.
Ooh, that's a 6 on one, and that's a 2 on the other.
That's good.
So a total of an 8.
So, well, no. They don't add together.
Oh,
That's not how it works.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
You got a 6. That's your max damage. Do you want to do damage, or do you want to use that to try to push him in the water?
I want to do the flip.
So-
yeah, I want him to be between me and the water.
All right.
I know something's in there.
So I'm going to roll a d20 roll. I need to roll under my vigor, which is a 15 normally, but I'm wounded right now, to see if I can overcome this thing. I'm going to roll it in chat. I'll roll it on the table. I'll roll it right on the fucking table. Let's see what we get here. Come on, 10 or under, natural 1. Get fucked.
No.
He digs his claws. One's around you now and is holding onto the back breastplate area. Like, what armor do you wear? A Gambison?
No, I have full plate.
So it's grabbing the back, and the other one is on the side of your neck, and he's getting ready to bite onto your face. He doesn't really seem to realize that you're made of wood and silk. On my roll, since we're fighting, I'm going to be using a D8, a D6, and a D4. But before I go, what is the other two going to do since they were watching? I'll let you go before I do. This is all simultaneous. So what do you two want to do?
Once that that exchange happens where there's a switching of places.
That
and
didn't
she
happen.
sees
He
him-
tried and it didn't work.
Oh, he did.
No, he failed.
So technically still on him.
I'm pushing
in
him
the
into the
same
water with me.
position. Okay.
That's my goal.
Going to basically smite throwing the jagged spear that she has.
Okay, so you're going to smite and throw a spear. Okay, what is the key knight do?
My sword is a throwing sword, correct?
Yeah, that's right. You do have
Throwing
your new
skirmisher sword.
special fucking sword.
Yeah.
I kind of
Yep.
want to throw it to knock him into the water.
Yeah, so I would say
Well-
we are combining our shots
There
to
you
try
go.
to get this thing into
Yeah,
the water.
Like the
So that's
force of the two
the
of them.
force of the
yes.
two.
Force of the
Alright.
two knights.
So I'm going to roll mine as well, and we're going to see how this goes. So basically, you each roll your dice pools.
Yes.
Okay.
So roll your dice pools. I'm rolling mine.
Let's just make
I rolled horrible.
Is this considered a sneak attack? Because he doesn't.
Yes. Yes, it would be. I don't know you're
Yes.
there.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh.
And it has blast because of smite.
If you roll.
I did.
No, it has smite. That means you're doing the extra damage die. I'm assuming you don't want to blast AoE and hit your friend. You want more damage.
More damage.
Okay. All right. So give me your highest number between the two of you.
11.
So sorry. So hold on. So we're just rolling our
Roll your
So,
weapon die and any other weapon you're using during this. Your mount won't count because you're not charging into combat for it if it has a mount damage. So you'll be using whatever your weapon is right now. And you're
Right.
using your sword at range, and that's all you would have, unless you have any other extra abilities that you can use, like the sneak attack or any of that kind of stuff.
No, the sneak attack would be the only thing.
So what does the sneak attack say for the key knight?
It says if I get sneak attack on an enemy, it's D8.
So use D8 instead.
That's great.
Yeah, no.
So-
So, I got a 2.
Okay, so you don't assist. So you throw through the willows, and it misses. But how did our barb knight do? Is you guys are both attacking this creature, trying to pull
Because
him
I
into the
rolled,
water.
because I did the smite, so that would D12 was 11.
That's 11 base. Did you get
Nice.
any other 4 or highers?
I did get a 4.
Okay, so what would you like to do that for? Do you want to boost the damage,
for
or do you
that-
want to do something special?
Oh,
Because you have the option of bolster for a damage. You can move afterwards. You could charge in. You could use that to move again. Or you could use repel to knock him away from him. You could try to stop him from moving, like by putting it behind him so he can't continue. You could impair his weapon by like blowing his hand off. He doesn't have a shield. He's not mounted. Or another effect, if you have another idea other than what's listed. But I will get a save, though.
Okay, what I'm trying to do is basically have that force of that spear basically go through, like I'm trying to get him to go into the water, meaning the undead to go into the water.
Separate them.
Yeah, to separate them, but like because of the force, you know, when something
So
gets
repel.
stuck in some, yeah, when someone it gets stuck in its flesh.
So you're
and
doing
it's
repel.
like- yeah.
Making him dismount off of me.
An 11,
Yeah.
11, even with my armor, is a fuck ton of damage. So
Yes.
I'm still up with my armor, but man, I don't look good. There's
the
a
spear
huge.
through him. That's
through him.
what she wants. Through, like, basically the force is just
So
like pushing
we're
through his-
rolling a d20. I have to get under my vigor to not get tossed away from him. I have a 2, and I rolled a 2.
Oh,
So he boom, and he's still holding tight, which means
no.
I only got a 4. I'm being hit, shot, pushed, stabbed. I'm still going to bite you. Would you like to use deny?
Yes.
It's a d20 roll. You need to roll underneath your spirit for it. Otherwise, I'm doing 4 points of damage to you. You guys have whittled this dude down.
Well, what was that number that you said that you just rolled?
A 2.
I rolled a 2 as well.
All right. So you deny him. You push him away, and he's now like pig pulled, stuck in the water, clawing. You can see he's feral now. It looks like he was trying to hold himself together, and it's finally taken over. I am impaired. We go into the next thing. What does your group want to do? I'm going to pull myself off. Actually, I'm going to pull the spear and try to throw it at you. That is what my goal is. You see him yanking right now, trying to pull it out of himself. What does the group want to do? What's your spear do? What's the damage? What did you just shoot me with? What is the damage for your spear? Is it a D6 normally? What is it?
It's normally a D8.
A D8, oh, okay.
It would have, if it was wounded or scarred, it would have done a
So I'm rolling
D8.
I'm rolling
It would
two.
have done D8 and a D8.
Let's get rid of that. I'm using 2d6 and a d8 on my attack roll versus you. That's what I'm going to be rolling for my pool. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna see if I can chuck my sword at him.
Sword comes back. What does it look like when you throw it and it comes back? Is it energy that shoots off of it? Do you actually throw the blade? Like, what does that look like?
I feel like it would be the blade, like the whole blade itself, but it kind of trails with the energy behind it. Like
Okay.
a comet, yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're throwing your blade again. What about our Barb Knight?
She's going to have to, since her weapon is currently stuck in this thing or near it.
Using her bow?
And she can't get it back. She has to use the bow.
All right, you're using your bow, so you're taking a shot. We'll see what the dice tell you.
She is going to smite again.
All right, I mean, why not? You didn't fail yet. So you're going to try to smite, so you can roll that die now if you want. And what about our Mock Knight, who is now no longer being held by it?
The other two well, one of them got pulled into the water.
There is another body.
Is there like a weapon on it or anything?
It's on the opposite. So if you're looking in, like you're just past, there's the tree trunk. It's past that near the water line.
Gotcha. All right.
You can move over to there, because remember, you can move and then attack. You can move and turn and shoot. Or you can move, look at what's going on there, and if you roll high enough for what you want to do, you can move back and attack. Like, it really is kind of up to you. But you're like arm's distance away, and you're just pulling the javelin out of its chest.
Yeah. I want to move back into land, move away, and I want to get into a.
Are you staying in the circle of the willow tree's canopy, though, so you don't have any penalties to hit it?
Yes.
Okay. Are you staying in melee range, or are you going to ranged?
I'm gonna move farther back to.
So move, then attack. What are you using for your ranged weapon?
Oh shit! I actually don't have a ranged thing, do I?
Yeah, I know. You can stay just in fighting distance, like that's what.
I would do that. I would move slightly, but not where he's like right there. But yeah, I'll move back slightly.
Staying in fighting distance. All right, perfect.
Sure.
All right, so if you're in fighting distance, this is a group roll. Is anyone tandeming up, or is this all individual this time?
No, I think tandem again.
So you two are tandem. Are all three of you tandem?
Well, I think he's not far enough back.
Doesn't matter if you're all shooting, attacking at once. I'm fine with all three of you attacking together.
I'll like kind of duck down a little bit, so I'm like going for like a lower swipe. So I've seen like the sword fly by. I've seen arrows fly by. So yeah, I just want to duck down and like go for a swipe. So that'll be my attack.
All right, I got a 6, a 6, and a 5. All of mine are successes. My highest die is a 6. What do you guys got? So I mean, I have a 6 and 2 gambits. I will place those afterwards.
I got a 3. Nope.
I got a 6 and a 4.
Okay, we got one success.
A 9 and a 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so the 9 is the highest. 9 for damage. With my 6, I'm gonna say, what was it 6? I'm gonna take my gambit and pull the spear out. That's the first thing I'm doing, and then I'm gonna throw that spear at the Mock Knight. That is what I'm doing. So that means I'm doing a 6 plus 1, so I'm gonna be doing 7 damage. That's my goal right now. I'm bolstering the attack, that second bonus. Mock Knight is not the highest roll, but our Barb Knight got what'd you say, 11?
Yeah.
So 11 damage. How do you other two, or no, sorry, Diana didn't get anything. Mock Knight, how do you want to spend your gambit?
I want to...
The gambit is bolstering damage. It can be impairing it. It can be kicking it further back into the water. Whatever those things are.
As he's pulling that out, almost like as he's pulling it out, taking my attack is like whacking the spear as he's trying to pull it out to like
you're impairing me?
Knock it into him to push him backwards farther. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna roll a d20 versus the impair, and then I will re-roll that roll in case you fuck me over. So let's see what we get here. Fuck. I will be rolling a d4 instead of that d6. I got a 4 still. I still get a gambit, so I'm still where I was. You did impair me, but even with that d4 that it went down to, I'm impaired for next round. I'm getting my shit together. I'm still hitting for 7 points of damage. But you do 11. So I'm hitting the barb, or not the barb, but the Mock Knight for 7 points. Are you going to deny me?
Yes.
Roll your deny. I take my damage. Unfortunately, I only had 2 hit points left. I'm dead. I get one flailing throw as I get shot and blown back into the swamp.
That's a 5.
You parry that incoming javelin shot. As he gets hit and falls in, you see him like fall, and then a maw comes up, grabs him, and pulls him into the water. It is, the mouth is like 6 to 8 foot wide, and it is long. It pulls the body in.
That's what I was talking about.
What does the group want to do is the thing swims away with not 1 but 2 bodies, and there's still one there that it hasn't gotten yet.
We need to dispose of the other body.
The only person who's seen that body is the Mock Knight. You two
Just
are
kidding.
too far away.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Are you running up
Well,
at him?
that was close.
And yeah, I'll run over to the other body.
You're gonna
Where
run
are
over
you
the other.
going?
You're gonna run over the other body. Okay.
Yeah, there's another body over here.
Cool story, bro. So as you run over to the other body, you can see the eyes
So we're-
making its way back towards the willow tree. What do you want to do? It is a citizen. It looks like it's one of your militia. He is carrying a long sword and a short bow. He is wearing tapestries of a lieutenant. A tabard of a lieutenant for Darkfall.
And is like his upper body in the water. So
It looks like he's definitely dead.
nice.
He's face down in the mud.
Yeah. I want to like run. Yeah, he's just dead. I don't want to take any chances. I want to run up and I just want to like stab his body into the muck, and I want to try to take his bow.
All right, so you get the bow, you stab him in the muck. You see that thing come up. Adam, I'm going to privately send you a message so you can see it, because they can't see this thing through the willow tree. I will send you a private picture of this creature. Kunichan.
Oh my
Oh
god.
boy.
Oh no.
Let's get the best things.
It grabs the body and drags it into the water. You know, if you stick around, your group is probably next. Like, just so you know, like it's eating these things and pulling them into the water. Let me find Adam. Adam, I'm so sorry that you're the one who sees this thing. It is, it's awesome. I can't wait for the
Add stress.
audience to see it. This
like
is
the stress
this
dice?
is
Yeah,
the
stress dice.
here you go. This is the token for it. I put it in your private chat.
Add stress.
The full version of it looks like this. Like, it's a little bit bigger, but not much.
Good lordy.
You're guessing 30 foot long, 8 foot
Yeah.
wide.
So a friend for Baxter. Perfect.
Yeah.
It's bigger than Baxter.
Bust. It's our bus
Uh,
mouth.
Yeah, I grab up.
Tour
long-
bus.
Yeah, and as it pulls it out, I start heading back to them. I'm like, this, whatever it is massive, and it's eating these bodies.
So let's get out of here.
How do we get around?
You can just keep going down the road. You don't even have to go into there.
Oh, okay.
This was just an offshoot.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
So you guys can continue down the road. You now have a short bow, Adam. If the Mock Knight needs to do it, it's a D6 damage. It's a short bow. So you have a ranged weapon if you need it. As you continue down the road, once in a while you see the eyes in the water. It is following you. But it doesn't come to land. It stays in the water and follows whatever it is. And once in a while it'll disappear. As you follow through, audience, they take, following the road, one day, they would move to the next hex. I need the audience to roll me a D6 for our wilderness to see what we encounter here. We have just encountered that second or third omen. You're not sure. You think it's probably the third omen. I have them marked. And while they're rolling that, so that was one. Okay. Let's see what the audience gives us for a D6 on this. Well, they rolled D6. A 2. Unfortunately, a 2 means encounter the next omen for the myth in the
Oh,
area.
here we go.
When you guys ride in for the night, this is a soddened area. You do find a decent clearing to rest. There is an old wooden hut here that is built next to a small land rise, and it's built against a tree, and you can see it's kind of on risers up against it. There's not, if the water was to raise, there's nowhere really for your steeds to sleep out of the water. But if it doesn't raise during the night, like if there isn't a hard downfall of rain or anything like that, you should be fine. It is dry. The hut could fit 3. There's no torch lights on, and it is covered in moss. You could rest here, or if the group wants to press on into the next day and risk exhaustion, you can. Anyone who's impaired or exhausted from the last battle, it would wash away going into this part of the travel. But if you push your mounts, they do take damage traveling more than 1 day. They take vigor damage like a person would. What would our party like to do? Rest at this little wooden hut made off the side? I mean, look, if Baba Yaga lived here, it looks like that hut. It's not. It has no bird legs, but you get the point.
Yet.
What would the group like to do?
I think we should rest.
Yeah. Well, can your mounts can go up a tree or something, and if anything, I could stay guard. I could watch
You're not gonna
overnight for
rest?
us. I don't need to.
Oh, that's right.
I don't need to sleep.
That's fucking right. I forgot there is some bonuses to being Pinocchio.
Exactly.
Who needs sleep?
Never
Serving Hand says it lives in the hut down by the river. It's not a van, but it is close. What would you like to do? Are we staying here or pushing? That's the first thing I need to know.
Investigating the
Hut?
Yes, first.
All right, so you guys ride up to the hut. It's
Sage
one
it.
story. It's about 10 foot off the ground on stilts. Like if you live in Florida, there's a lot of stilted houses, or Alabama. It's very similar to that.
chicken legs.
Yeah.
Right?
No, just stilts,
No,
just stilts. No, nothing. There's a lot of weeds underneath it. It is hard to tell. There's a lot of like cat of nine tails and things like that growing underneath it. You hear frogs, and you don't see legs. And it is the nearest myth. The thing is, if myths overlap, it could be a new myth. You don't know. But we did roll that for the day. So are we resting in here? Are we setting up our group to go in? Who's going in first? What's this scene look like before I click the omen into play?
And
nightfall.
how far in the it's nightfall. Like do we have torches?
It's assumed that you have supplies
Yeah.
unless I have taken
We've
them
got
from
supplies.
you.
Oh, yeah. No, he provided us with stuff.
Well,
Your guard's
Check it
back. Your fatigue is gone for the one who got fatigued.
however, my spear is gone.
I mean, you could have collected it if you want. I threw it at him.
Oh, that's true. I was like, is it gone?
No, he could have grabbed. You
Ran
guys
out
could
of
have
there?
grabbed it before you left. That's up to you if you wanted to grab it from there.
Yes, let's
Sure.
retro that.
Okay.
Because I realized I was like,
Yeah,
we
as
did
I
not
turned
do
around,
that.
I grabbed it. I'm like, let's go! Toss it
Okay.
up to her.
Excellent. That's I'm
spear
fine with that.
first, trying to through the door.
When you hit the door, it creaks open. Inside, there are. Let me make a count here.
Oh, here we go.
Wow.
Not a count.
Yep.
No.
Yep. It's count.
Count?
There are
it's
currently-
that-
One.
This is a like 20
Three
by
nights.
8 hut, 20 foot wide, 8 foot deep. There are currently 16 people in here.
16.
The lights are
Cool,
off.
cool.
There are 4 guys by the door as you pry it open, all with like dirks and swords. As the door flings open, you can now hear. Well, first you see 2 guys holding their hands over other people inside, keeping them quiet over their mouths. But you do catch the tabards of people from Darkfall. It's that tower with the crescent moon kind of encompassing it and the spear through it. This looks like the wounded scout party. There were 30 of them.
Half of them.
There's only half left. And out of that half, 6 are mortally wounded as you open that door. And they all have swords ready, and they see it's one of the knights. They're like, oh, praise the realm. You have to run. And as I say that, you hear thunk, 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 thunk. as the wall, as you're looking into the building, arrows start hitting the building next to you looking in. As a legion of archers from the undead rain arrows down on top of this. You can tell they have been hiding from this legion the whole time.
You just ruined it.
You sure fucking did. As a group, I get to roll a d12. Hold on. It's more than that. It's a d12 for AoE. D12 and a d6 to hit all of you with an AoE attack. They are currently safe inside the building. So I'm going to roll a d12. As the arrows rain down. Give me my dice. Give me my dice. 12. D6, is it? A d6 long. Okay. You can survive this. Don't worry about it. Ooh, that's an 8. I rain down. First question out of the 3 knights. Who has shields?
I do.
Cool. Cool. Would you like to deny the arrows with your shield? So you don't get hit?
Fit others with me in the shield since it's big?
If you have a way to roll more than 1 die.
Oh, no. Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, if you want to try to deny, you can take the hit for somebody else. But deny a spirit. What about the other 2? As she puts her shield up, how are you 2 not taking the rain of arrows coming down in the area? You can use weapons. You can use anything you want. You can just use deny as a skill. I just need to know how you're denying, because I'm going to decide if there's going to be a disadvantage involved.
I mean, I've got my sword out. I would say I'm just like, ah!
Okay, I have a question here.
Sure. Barb Knight, what's your question?
Because I'm still on my mount.
Yes.
Can we do a tail whip deny?
You want your mount to do it?
Yes.
To deny.
I mean, what's your armor on your mount? Does your mount have armor? I don't think it does.
It's a 3 guard.
Guard is good. Yeah, okay, cool. If you want to use that as a deny, I'll let you straight up roll. Between you and it deflecting arrows coming in, I'll give you a straight up roll. No penalty. So this would be a spirit roll to deny. Mock Knight, you're just flailing like a psycho?
I mean, we just hear the whoosh coming. I'm kind of out in the open. I was gonna say if anything, but I can't move with it, so
nope.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna roll a d8 for your disadvantage.
All right.
Lucky you, I rolled a 2.
Ooh!
I only added 2 to your roll.
With my longsword, 2 6s.
No. Deny is a d20, my friend. You have to roll under your spirit.
That's right.
Yeah.
Damn it! I'm not attacking.
I'm giving the Key Knight an advantage because she has a shield.
I rolled a 2 under my 13.
Okay, you're good. With that penalty of 2, that's still... I give you disadvantage of 2, though. You have 2. Penalty of 2. Because I rolled my d8. You have a penalty of 2. Did you still make it, Mock Knight?
In addition to that.
Just the Mock Knight.
Yeah, it would have been a 4, so yeah, I'm okay.
So you don't take 11 points. Diana, how did the Key Knight do?
I didn't make it.
You didn't make it?
What? No.
With your spirit? Would you like, as an audience member, have a patch for her to use?
I got a 13 on my die,
No.
my spirit's 10, and my shield gave me a 2.
Do we have a patch for her to reload? As the arrows come down, you can see up on a hill in the swamp, at the edge, northwest edge of the hex you're in, they are raining arrows long range down on you through the trees. Closer to you, there is a spotter on a horse on the road. As he fires the first arrow, it's fire, boom, and it lands near the Mock Knight. And then they fire all their arrows at it. Patch 80 is available. We're using patch 80. Diana, give a reroll on your d20.
Thank you.
You do have advantage, though. Remember to roll that d8 because you get an advantage for having a shield.
Oh, it's a D8? I thought it was a D4.
Nope, d8. You're not fatigued. I'm giving you a d8 advantage. I just asked if anyone has a shield because you can block arrows easier.
Do I roll the D8 as well?
D8 and you take it off the top. So like if you rolled an 8 and you roll an 8 on your d20, you get a 0 or a 1.
So I rolled an 8 on my d20 and a
Okay.
6 on the d8.
So you have a 2.
Nice.
So you roll a 2. So you get your shield up as you hear thunk, 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 thunk. The guards are like, come in, come in. Problem is, where are your mounts going? Is they hold the doors open for you guys to come in.
He's underneath. Whoa. Damn it.
I'm going to rain arrows down on this place until I run out. Do we... And you see the one who fired the fire arrow start taking off.
Towards us or like away?
Back towards the group, the unit that is firing, the war band that is firing. Are we pushing through the night chasing them, or are we going to go in and assist this group of scouts from Darkfall?
Protect the realm.
It's company dilemma time.
Protect the realm, but we're not going to very much protect them if we're going to be stuck in here with them the whole time.
So you're chasing?
It's my only
We have
thing.
no other choice.
Ooh, I love that we're chasing. So if we're going to chase, let me pull up the rules for chasing. If you are going to chase after this warband, they have a lead on you. You get to decide when you give up. Okay? You just do have advantage on your rolls for getting stuck, things like that, because that's what you took. Smart play, by the way, taking that one instead, because you could have gotten fucked right here. The group fires, and they're firing. If they see you charge off, they will stop firing, and that will save those militia from Darkfall from getting shot to pieces. Because eventually I'm just going to light that hut on fire and burn it to the ground. They can't really fire at you as often if you're chasing after them. The way this goes is you need a vigor roll from your mounts to give chase. A failed vigor roll means that your mount takes vigor damage as a d6 vigor damage. So I need all of you for your mounts to roll vigor. If you are willing to use a supply to kind of feed it and carry it before the horse, I will give you a d8 advantage on your roll. We currently have, for supplies, 4. Would you all like to use one to have a d8 on this roll?
We should all
Yeah,
use it, yeah.
we'll use it for this first one.
Okay, so that's Serving Hands and Star Drew. I am also rolling a d20 versus you to see if we get exhausted. I have advantage on my rolls because we are undead.
Right.
So I get a d8 to my d20 roll.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh, buddy. Ooh, buddy.
He's awesome. So technically, I have a 0 now.
All right. So how did the Barb Knight do? How's Baxter?
So it has to be under their vigor roll, correct?
Equal to or under, and you get a d8 advantage to that roll. Basically, just you take a d8 off of whatever you roll.
Oh yeah, I
take
mean
a
it was
D8
already a
off whatever.
4,
Oh, you're good
and the
then.
vigor is 12.
Yep.
So I didn't even.
Nope. You got to play him in advance. You got to use supplies. Can't determine that after the roll.
Yeah,
So
no, I'm
once
just
was
saying
going.
that, like,
So you feed him.
yeah.
He's successful. How did what is the Key Knight's mount's name? Did you name it? We know Baxter.
Onyx.
Onyx, the
Onyx.
Fortuitous.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Does he have a fedora? And does he drink
A
tiny
fedora?
wines?
No.
Oh.
For those in the audience who know what I'm talking about, that is now forever how I see this mount.
It's a jaguar, right?
Yeah, it's a jaguar.
It's a Jaguar?
Um,
Okay.
So I rolled a 10. My vigor's
Okay.
8, but I rolled a 3 on my D.
Oh, you're good. You're good as well. Chasing after this the first night, you guys are good. I rolled a 1 and a 6. I am also good.
Oh.
We go for one full day of one full phase of travel, which would take you from here, following them to here, into the next hex, basically the next hex north.
Okay.
When you get into this, you start seeing ruined buildings and collapsed like towers. You look like you're moving into what may have been a city that sunk inside of this place at one point in time. We are currently moving into a new mechanic in this game, which is for how you explore a hex. You enter at number 1. You can see hoof prints all over the muddied plains as you're chasing this place, or chasing this legion. And they look like they have run in and they have left their undead horses on a rise as you catch up to them. but the actual people who are mounted on it are nowhere to be seen. There's a hill that goes down that looks like it's pretty slippery, and there is a wooden bridge that goes across to the next, like, landmass in this area. Where would your party go? Would you go to where all the undead horses are at the cliff edge and down the slope? Or would you take the bridge across trying to cut them off? The way to envision travel in this is if we're looking at a hex, every point on the hex is a dot, and then the center is a dot. For me, as the mapper. And you're moving through the hex chasing these people. That's how chases work. So right now, they went probably down the slope. But I don't know if you all want to risk that. You do get rerolls. Or do you go across the bridge, which is like a wooden bridge that goes to the next island out. And you can see buildings across that bridge with some torchlight. Where will we go?
There's torchlight in some of the buildings?
Yeah, across the bridge onto the island. They went down a slope in front of you, where all the undead horses are left behind. There's 20 horses.
I'm just afraid those horses are going to start eating.
They are laying down in the muck, milling about. They didn't even tie them off. They just left them there.
Hey, so Ryan's like, I feel like they're gonna try to trap us down there.
Yeah.
Maybe the best way might be the bridge, but what do you think?
I was going to suggest the bridge.
We learned the first time that you tried to approach them. The bridge.
Yes, bridge.
We're going across the bridge. In the water, you can see those pair of eyes swirling around the island, moving and swimming. But it doesn't seem to get close to the bridge. I do need a D6 roll for the audience to see if on a 4 through 6, if the two eyes approach the bridge. While they're rolling that as you're going across, I do need to know your marching order, because it is one at a time across the bridge. And I want to know if you all go at once, or if you're letting one person cross and then another because of weight. Because you are taking mounts across a man bridge.
One at a time.
A 2. That's just the
Definitely,
next.
Eleonora would stay behind because she has the heaviest of the bounce.
Oh.
Do you? Okay.
Like meaning behind the group, like meaning like she's gonna be the last to cross.
You're last. So who's first?
Yeah, I'll go first. I kind of took the lead with the last one, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll go across. It's fine.
You're going across.
Yeah, I will though replace my sword as I'm riding, and I'll. Oh no, I can't have my war flail because it's long and I need 2 arms for it. Yeah, so I'll at least put my fuck that. I'll hold on to my sword. I'll keep that out.
Okay. All right, so you're crossing first. As you get across the other side, you can see this is an old, rundown. I'll give you an old wooden with stone foundation siege platform. It looks like it was probably built in the swamp to watch the roads. There are partial walls that have eroded. Vines kind of hang across the trees. Willows can be seen. And when you get across, there is a man who's fairly large, crawling out of the earth, carrying a sword and a mace in his hands, crawling out in plate mail. The face is not visible. And he is crying out in a broken, like, just reborn legion as he's crawling out of the earth. I need Adam, since he's the first across the Mock Knight, to roll me a d4 plus 1 for how many others are crawling out of the earth. If you just get a 1, it's just him.
Just the 1.
Just him. The plus 1 is he's crawling out. You see his mount is pulling its way out of the earth next to him. Back across the bridge in section 1, Adam is currently in section 2. The Mock Knight is. That thing is circled around a few times. In the distance, you can see torches getting lit by the undead legion that went down the slope, and they disappear into a big cropping of trees that cover their torchlight. The big man stands up. Who is the second person to come across the bridge as this guy is crawling out of the earth?
It'd be me.
All right, you're going across second. Diana, can you roll a d6 for me? Don't roll a 4 through 6.
That is a 1.
A 1. You cross it. The eyes are nowhere near you when you cross in the water. As you make your way across, you will also be there as this man pulls himself out and stands upright. The Mock Knight, are you engaging him immediately, or are you giving it distance and waiting for your companions?
I would say see him crawling. I'm going immediately, and I'm gonna try to
Me and you will have one round of combat before she gets in. I roll a d12,
Right.
a d10, and my horse will assist me with a d6 as it starts trying to trample you.
Oh no.
Now, because I am running, do I get a trample with that as well?
If you're on your horse,
too,
you do
or-
get your horse stuff. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
If your horse has a die, it has to have a die assigned to
Oh,
it.
it has to have it. I don't
has
know.
to.
Nope.
Aw.
But are you mounted? If you're mounted, I'll give you a d8 for advantage because you're on high
I
ground.
am mounted on him.
Then
yes.
you get a d8.
Oh,
I already
sweet.
rolled. I rolled pretty well. We'll get into denial and stuff like that. Did you get your roll in? Because no one can assist you during this.
Alright. So my highest one was a 5. You said a D8 with advantage. So adding.
You get
on-
another d8. You get one more d8 to roll. Whatever your normal dice pool is, I'm giving you a d8 for advantage.
Oh, all right. Thank you. Then 8 is my highest.
Okay. I have 7 for my high, so I'm doing 7 damage. Do you have any gambits to spend? I do.
I did get a 4.
Would you like to boost the
Yes.
damage or do something else?
I would like
Or
to
bolster is what it's called. Bolster the damage
yes,
or do something else.
bolster in. He's not on his mount though, is he?
I am
He's
not.
just next-
It's just running by, biting, and kicking at you.
Got you. All right. I would basically, yeah, I want to use it damage, and I want to knock him backwards. So I want to try to repel him.
So you're going to try to repel me. With my 7, I'm going to bolster damage twice for 8. I don't give a fuck about being kicked. So I'm going to do
Right.
7, 8, 9 damage. Are you going to try to deflect it? Are you going to try to not let me have my 7?
Yes.
Give me your roll. Don't fuck it up, or you're fatigued. So you charge in on the horse by him. I am stabbing at you. I'm not even trying to dismount you. I'm just trying to hit you.
Yeah.
What did you get?
I got a 3.
My 7's gone. I now do 5 damage instead. You get your armor, then it takes it from guard, then it takes it from vigor.
Boom.
And then how much damage did you do? What was your max? The 7?
So I did 8.
8 damage?
8. Yeah.
All right, audience, I need 2d6 from you for whatever this guy's wound is as he moves in close to me. Would you like an armor up card for this fight?
Yes, please.
That'll give you 1 extra armor right now. So take 1 more off of whatever you took. That is a ML 1 up from Serving Hands. And you did that. I'm still standing. My guard is now gone. Is it gone? My guard is gone. I'm taking vigor damage.
Nice.
And you said how much damage in total?
8.
8 minus my armor. Okay, I'm still up. You get a good blow in as he goes by. I go to hit you. You parry the 1 off. I do 5 damage. Do you take any vigor damage, or is it just guard?
No,
And
it's
you
on my guard and my
lucky
armor
son of a
stopped it.
bitch.
Yeah. Well, it was because of that wound brought that guard up higher for me.
Back across the bridge, we go to the Barbed Knight. You hear hoofbeats in the distance coming from the direction you came from. You can't see who they are. You hear people screaming and yelling. It could be the militia coming to help. It also could be another group of Legion. Are you going across the bridge or staying
Going
in
across the
section
bridge.
1? Okay, I need a d6 from you. Do not roll a 4 through 6.
Let's see. 2.
All right. As this thing is on the backside of the island, you move across. You see a horse is attacking him. The guy with a long sword and a mace is attacking him as he's swinging. They're fighting. The Mock Knight is charged by him. Looks like wounded by this. Also, that means that our Key Knight comes across. Lights in this destroyed half fort come online. I'm going to put a map on screen for us because I do have a map for this. Let me make sure I have the right one. We want this one. It is this one. And it's going to switch to a new scene for you. as a group.
Right.
I'm going to bring your characters on. I will show this to the audience as well. As you run across the bridge you guys are coming in on is the one you're over here in this section, the far southwest. Okay. As you come across the bridge and on this land platform, I'm going to give you your stuff. I'm also going to be putting a bunch of other tokens here. We're just going to use this skull for the undead. I'm going to give him a ring of green, so you know this is the one you're fighting. And then let me grab your tokens as well. Then I will put it up for the audience to see. We want this one. You should just see your tokens showing up in the top part.
Mm-hmm.
Just grab them and move them down there as I'm putting them on the map.
Oh, I see.
Just move them down here. If you can't do it, I can do it. Boop. Boop. Yeah. Move them all the way down here.
Oh, okay.
You got it? Awesome.
Yep.
And then I'm going to move this over so the audience can see it. Bats, assist me. So as you move into this area, the way this is overgrown, it's muck. You've ran by. You would be here coming in. You would be coming from the back corner. As this as this undead is holding his two weapons and his horse is running back and forth on you guys. With that, I'm going to put a... what do I want to use for his horse? Let's see here. I will use from our arsenal... what is a good horsey? We'll use this monstrosity. We'll just use this wolf thing. As it runs by and attacks him once and it's circling back around. You can hear the people from the distance now at the bridge. You can see, because you protected the city, most of the surviving war band is made their way here chasing after you on horseback and by foot. They are exhausted. If the audience fails a d20 roll, I need a d20 from the audience. They are bolstered by helping them. I will roll the d8 for your bonus. We have a 10 vigor. I only give a 1 to your roll, audience. That means you need to roll at least a 9 to not be exhausted on showing up to help this company of night. Otherwise, all of our rolls are a d4 when we are assisting them as they show up.
Come on,
I
team.
had this plan where they didn't show up at all, but they decided to save everybody. A 17. Would you like to patch your roll, Star Drew? I know you sit on more patches than anyone else in this audience. Would you like to patch that baby with one of the many patches you have, even the ones that hopefully you have by now? Reroll, baby, reroll. Reroll that d20. Damn, he says. Yeah, reroll it. It'll be okay. Roll another d20. I believe that you can roll better than a 17 digitally. Maybe. Maybe a 20. A 20 would be great. Maybe these get slaughtered by the undead horses coming across. The undead horses do act as a unit, and they do have stats, and they can attack as a unit. A 15 is not enough. When they run across, I'm going to roll a d6 to see if the horses notice. On a 4 to 6, the horses notice. Actually, I'll say on a 3 to 4, the horses notice. On a 5 to 6, the thing in the water notices. That's a 1. They don't notice. They are here. They'll be able to come across the bridge one at a time to assist you inside the city for this battle. As this man is standing there, the Key Knight was the next across. He swings at the Mock Knight, takes the hit, looks up at you, and he throws the mace at you. Me and right now, the Key Knight need to make rolls. I get my D6 and I get my D10, but I do not get my D8 right now. I am throwing my mace at you, trying to hit you as you're coming across the bridge. What do you got to attack me at range? Or are you charging me on horseback? Are you risking it?
No, I have my... Can I use my kite shield to hold up and not get hit by that? And
you would have to roll. You'd have to roll the deflect option, the deny. That is a spirit roll if you want to do that, and you can deny one of my 2 dice with that.
Let me see if I can deny.
Okay, so we're going to start with a deny before you decide what you're doing.
Okay. That is a 10 on a 10.
Woo,
10 out of 10.
Pizza.
That means you get rid of my 10 out of a D10 die.
Oh, yes.
But unfortunately, I still have a 5. And that will now become my highest dice for damage. You get to roll yours. You deny. That's your first thing you do. What dice do you have that you can use? You have a shield. What else do you have to attack me? Are you attacking me? Or are you just deflecting that and taking... All right, give me your roll.
I have my shield, and then I have my sword, so it's a d6 as you know here.
Okay. So I'm at least doing 5 damage to you right now, but now I need to know what you're doing to me.
My highest is a 5.
Do you have a 4 on any of the other dice?
I have a 4. Yes, I do.
Would you like to boost your damage?
Yes.
So you can take a 4 and you can boost it by 1 point by using that die.
So 6.
So 6. I'm taking 6. You're taking 5. Armor. You get armor first. Would you like to use an armor up card to have an extra armor for this attack?
Sure.
Okay. So your armor goes up by 1 for this attack. So take armor off the damage. I'm doing a 5. Then it goes to your guard. If there is anything left over, it will go to your vigor. Do you take any vigor damage?
No.
All right. Are you at 0 guard?
No.
Damn it. I don't scar you either. I was hoping for a scar. As it hits your shield and flings off, it hits your armor, but not enough to wound you. As our Barb Knight comes running across, I am out of attacks. What would our Barb Knight like to do running across? Are you attacking this man coming across the bridge?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, where is that horse?
Which his horse is running around. It's making a lap back around right now.
Okay, because it looks like it's like getting close to where I'm at. So I'm like, do I have to worry about this horse coming at me?
I did not get a D6 bonus yet. It basically is just a bonus to him. It attacks with him.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so no, I'm literally treating this like a jousting match. I am trying to trample him, have the spear in hand, ready to impale.
So give me your roll. I am going to try to deny. Oh, okay. We'll see.
Okay. Also.
So all weapons and mount dice count for this.
Smite.
The weapons that you're
I want to
using.
smite.
That means you have to make that roll first.
And I have to do to see if I.
If you get the D12, right? Yep, you got it. Or if you're going to be fatigued after this, you'll get the D12. I just want to know if you're fatigued.
20.
Oh no!
So you do get the D12 still, but you will be fatigued after this unless somebody gives you a patch.
So.
While the audience is talking about giving you a patch, give me your dice rolls. You get your D12.
And then also, because I'm on my mount, he
you get a D8.
D6.
Katie did
so
serving hands throughout their patch 12 was available. I don't know if that one was used for anything else.
It has not yet. So here's what we're gonna do. You get a D12 from your blast, right? From your smite. You get your spear damage. You get your mount damage. And you get a D8 because you're on high ground. I'm not on my mount.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
All right.
Unless you have any other weapon that would make sense. I don't think so because you're using a spear.
I don't think so. No. Yeah.
You also will get a re-roll from patch 12 from serving hands to see if you can not be fatigued after that smite. So let's do your damage first, and then we'll do the D20 roll afterwards.
Okay. Oh, jeez, Louise. Okay.
What's your highest number?
4.
4. I deny with my sword. I have both hands on it. I deny the spear coming in. Do you have any other 4s?
Nope.
You do no damage. I deflected as you come charging in. I'm going to tumble across, and I'm going to, with my extra option, I'm going to grab the stirrup on my saddle to pull myself up onto the horse as it rides by, as my move action to mount the horse. Okay. With that, it
turns. Do I need to roll for the vigor thing?
Now you need to roll and see if you are fatigued.
Come on.
Okay, come on, don't fail me now.
So I'll just move him for now. I'll move this off the map. We'll just use this. As you also ride by.
No.
You're fatigued?
No.
Excellent. As he turns on his mount, he pulls this barbed lance out from it and turns around.
Of course it's barbed.
To fight. It is like this weird shrapnel, like it's a lance with metal attached and wrapped around it. As he does that, he screams something in another language, and you see torches poosh, poosh, inside the fort that's here start to go off. And in the center here, there is a geyser of red that shoots up into the sky. I am going to change the map. I don't feel bad about this in the slightest. I'm going to change the map. And you should see a red version of the map show up here for you. Let me grab where you at. Is that it?
It's the Bloodstone.
As the water rises, we're going to switch to this. As the water rises and blood fills the surrounding area, as bodies are swimming up and out of the swamp, you all will be back over here on this pedestal as you see buildings start to topple into the swamp. And as they topple into the swamp, to make things one step worse, his true mount is going to show up. And I will grab that for you and put it on screen. Where is my characters? Here we go. And I will enlarge it. As this thing starts swimming rapidly and jumps out of the water, is this ungodly looking, torn skin, undead, dinosaur-sized alligator in honor of Chris McDowell, the man who makes this. He uses an alligator in all of his adventures as it jumps out of the water towards you all as we cut our show for the night for episode 3. We will be in the thick of combat, and we are currently at Omen 6.
Oh.
Because you are at the site of the myth. You have found one of the omens fighting this man. And we are currently at the 3 Legion war bands that are coming out of the blood-filled swamp. It's like this black, sticky, icky, coagulated blood swamp. To begin our next episode, everybody. That's it for us every night. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Around me here, if you're watching the replay, there's going to be some stuff for you to click. You know what it is. We're trying to hit 500. Thank you for joining us tonight. We will be in Secret for a few moments as we prep up what we're going to be doing next week. That's it for us. Bats, carry me away for the night.